Welcome to Journey Punks, Campaign 1, Episode 8, Arcanix Aftermath. That's right. We're here. I am your Dungeon Master, Gierhart. And with me, Zuki, you can go ahead, Kuhnoodle, you can go ahead and start. I just said both the things you're going to say, but you can start us off.
I play Azuki. She's a tiefling monk.
And our barbarian.
Oh, I play Kelp, and I'm a shifter barbarian.
Ooh. Oh, and then me. I'm Jay. I play Donegal Sam. I'm a wizard dwarf, or a dwarf wizard.
Nice.
Yeah.
AJ, do you have, or Sam, Donegal Sam, do you have brightness on your computer you could turn up, maybe? Or
It is. I have this ring light.
You have very white, bright teeth, and we could see it in the whites of your eyes.
It's a trick. Usually, if there's good lighting, they look brown.
Oh,
So,
really? They look
yeah.
nice and straight and white and
Look at that. Yeah.
very healthy to
So,
me. Yeah.
When I do this, look, they're brown now.
No, they're
Okay.
not. They're still white. They still look good. You look good. We can see you now. Excellent. You're just handsome. We want to see you.
Now you don't look like somebody that's about to die in a horror film.
Yeah, like a Blair Witch Project.
Save that for later. Different stream.
Before we get started, we would like to talk about some good friends of ours that run an excellent TTRPG wooden accessory company, which they're up in Wisconsin, and they're up in Wisconsin, and they're called Green Fox Woodworking LLC, and they make awesome dice trays like this, like all of us have here. They're so cool. They're super smooth. You get to choose your color. You get to choose your engraving. You get to choose your wood. You get to roll your dice in. They have like these awesome rubber feet underneath. They have their awesome logo underneath here. I would turn it all the way over, but all my dice would fall out. So I'm not going to do that, but I love it. They're at a great affordable price. And if you go there, I recommend to go to their website or go to their Etsy shop, Green Fox Woodworking. And I'm going to go ahead and show you battle cam a little bit, show you their logo here, which is right underneath me, Green Fox Woodworking. And if you type in, bless you, if you type in their promo code, JourneyPunks, that's JOURNEYPUNKS, you'll get a 15% discount on dice trays with that promo code. So go ahead and check that out. And I'm going to do a special shout out to them because they were extremely kind to me recently and sent me this gift, which is a special, they also make this special dice chest. I don't know if, there we go, it's focused in my camera. Dice chest. See there, it says, beware of the smiling DM. Anyway, this is also extremely well made. They also engraved our special Journey Punks logo. The font is created by Kuhnoodle, who also did the logo below us. There we go. The logo below us, Journey Punks logo, which Kuhnoodle did. Anyway, this dice chest, it has a magnetic lid, and you can keep your dice in here, which is so cool. And I like how it just kind of snaps on and stays on. So beautiful. You can also choose your within reason choose the options that they have for different engravings. You can also they have paladin, wizard, all these different symbols for classes and stuff, or talk to them, maybe they can give you a special engraving. Depends. Don't ask for anything too crazy, but within reason they can engrave what you like on it. And so check that out. I really recommend them. They're great to work with. They're very kind people. They love gaming. They love Dungeons and Dragons. They met over World of Warcraft, which is super cool. And now they have a baby. So that baby exists now because of World of Warcraft, which I think is pretty cool. So World of Warcraft had a hand in conceiving that baby in a way. So I think that's pretty rad. But check them out. Also, real quick shout out. Yes, Kuhnoodle, you are open for commissions. Is that right? Is that correct?
I'm always open for commissions.
Hell yeah. Check out that logo underneath us, everyone. That is an extremely well-made piece of art that might as well be up in the Chicago Museum of art, the art institute. I mean, I look at that more than I look at many other paintings. So, yeah, check her stuff out and pay her to do
Pay me money.
amazing work. Pay her money. Yeah, don't pay her in cookies or
Exposure.
chips. Like, give her cash money for awesome fantasy art. And yeah, she's great to work with. And she's on the show. And yeah, with that, I think that's it. Does anybody else have anything to shout out before we start playing? No? Good. So everybody knows, Hux will be, well, I should say Jurassic Jaws will be on the stream later today, this session. But yeah, we'll explain where Hux has gone in a little while. But in the meanwhile, we have Kuhnoodle, Winged, and Jay. So,
Hey.
with that said, let us start with Campaign 1, Episode 8 of Journey Punks. This is the Arcanix Aftermath. So, where we left off in the last episode, the party had just defeated Lavishon, which turned out to be a vampire and this ship-shaping monster. So maybe a vampire druid? Who knows? But she's dead. She was Donegal Sam's arch nemesis, who made his life hell when he was at Arcanix, and played with him with his beloved Morelum, who is also now dead because she turned to the evil side. So yeah, they all battled on top of the Sky Nocturnus Tower, one of the floating towers of the Arcanix School of Magic, and the school was actually saved by the Arcanix repair dudes. That they resembled some mushroom eating, Goomba stomping type figures we would know in our real world. Just very familiar brothers. They were artificers that notified the other artificers down at the village below to repair the island that the party crashed a giant airship into. And this was to make sure the island doesn't crash out of the sky, killing everybody in the Sky Nocturnus Tower and possibly people below too. So good thing everybody, y'all ended up talking to those artificers, because that is in process. So as far as you know, that is underway. That repair is underway to save the tower. But Lavishon has been defeated, and Rando the Red Dragon flew by and gave everybody a thumbs up as he. This is a miniature of Rando the Red Dragon. He flew by and gave everybody a thumbs up.
So cool.
So he's very happy. Maybe you'll see him later. He's very proud of you all. Because Rando the Red Dragon he described that he had been there to pretty much try to eradicate Lavishon, because she had been causing a lot of evil, a lot of death, and primarily specifics he didn't get into, but you sense that there was definitely more information that you probably should find out. That's up to you. But the evil has been defeated, and he knew that she was the only one that was able to deflect his power because of her great magic. But you did his bidding, and yeah. And now there's something to note, since you all were in battle with Lavishon. So, as was discovered, Lavishon was a vampire. Kelp and Sam both were bit.
Yeah.
Now, soon, if you don't seek help, you will start to turn. This is general knowledge.
Okay.
General knowledge of a vampire. Vampires are... You don't really come into contact with them much, but you definitely know of them. And the general knowledge is soon you start to turn, and if you don't try to break the spell of turning to a vampire, then once you turn, if you don't feed, you die. So that's important. Kelp and Sam are in danger of that.
I'm in danger.
So right now, In Danger by J Danger. So right now, you are all at the top of the Sky Nocturnus Tower. Raider the Red Dragon flew by. As I said before, the artificers are underway of getting things ready to repair the island. It's not repaired yet, but you trust that the artificer brothers are going to be on it. And Hux is missing. Hux is nowhere to be seen.
Again?
Hey, where'd Hux go?
I didn't see him leave.
I'm not his keeper. I'm not his mom. I'm not his sister.
Well, you know what he does? He likes to go talk to people.
He's
Ugh, he's not being friendly.
he's shifty, I guess.
It's
He
somehow
just-
even worse than him being unconscious somewhere.
He does sometimes make himself into like a butterfly and then just like flaps off. He's
I don't
never.
think he can do that.
Well,
True as
It's a
a
Regardless-
possibility.
regardless, I say we let him do his thing. We'll catch up with him later because I think we need to go get these bites looked at.
I'll save him a slice of meat if we find a slice of meat on Lavishon because we still. Let's see what goodies she left us.
So
Do you have
do
any
you
fun
eat the body?
outfits to wear?
I'm sorry, what was that, Zuki?
Do you have anything fun to wear?
So, the last you saw Lavishon, she had turned into that pincer monster that like part mantis, part Independence Day alien monster. So her clothes were ripped to shreds. Her hat was left though, her witch hat.
I will take the witch hat.
It's a very big fin, very classic looking witch hat, very Wicked Witch of the West. It looks just like that, but black
Okay.
and well,
I
yeah,
will take
exactly
it.
like that. So
Oh, I want to go look for a crystal. I know she has some on her.
a
I want
Sparkix
one.
crystal.
Yep.
So could you roll investigation for me? And the
Yep.
DC for that it's a 10.
Okay. Ugh. I rolled a 2. It started out as a 12.
So you don't see
but it
shit.
rolled over to T.
You don't see shit. Anybody else can do it if they want.
All right, let me
Right.
go see.
Right.
Yep.
Take all the
DC
take
is
all the
still a 10.
crystals.
Okay, DC's still a 10. Let me just go up here, get everything ready, keep you all in suspense. 16.
Great. You find
Okay, roll.
2 Sparkix crystals.
Dang! Dang!
Yes!
So what's left behind is 2 Sparkix crystals. You find a bag of 20 gold pieces
Okay.
and 2 platinum,
Ooh.
which is even better than gold. So you have that.
Okay.
So write that down, whoever takes it.
I'm taking her hat.
And the hat. And the witch hat.
Taking her hat. I guess I'll take the Sparkix crystals for sure, because I know what to do with them. And
Kelp doesn't
Uh,
look happy.
Kelp, you want?
I mean, like, if we could just divvy out the gold and the platinum, that'd be
Yeah.
dope.
That'd be dope. Okay.
That'd be dope. So
That'd be dope.
I would
I'm
like
just
to
saying, toss some coinage your girl's way so that I can get this bite looked at. Again, I've been bitten and I want to get it looked at.
That might be something because whomever is going to not make us vampires may cost something. So, yeah, how about I give both of you a platinum coin and I'll take the 2 gold coins. How's that sound?
Okay. Are you only taking 2? I thought weren't there 20?
20.
There's 20 gold coins.
Yeah, 2 platinum,
If you-
20 gold pieces.
How about this? I give you both the platinum
holding on,
coins
Okay.
and I take all the rest of the gold.
Okay. I'll take that. That's
Okay.
a good deal. Mhm.
So Zuki gets a witch hat and then she got treat her
So
like a
stylish.
5-year-old. You got a cool hat. Us grown-ups get all the fucking money.
Okay.
Okay. What is happening? Okay. All right.
Oh wait, quick mic check. Azuki, we're losing a little bit. Are you still there?
Oh.
Your video's good.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, okay, you sound good now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, keep in mind you got the Sparkix crystals. Do what you will with them.
Where are my Sparkix?
Okay.
Oh, Go ahead.
Wait, you have the Sparkix crystals. Do you want to try to use that to find someone to help us with the bite?
I don't know what you're asking. Am I going to use the Sparkix crystal and just like shine it up and be like a beacon here,
Okay.
come help us? Or like, what do you mean?
Never mind. That's not what they do. Okay, never mind. All right, moving on.
They can make us more powerful.
Okay.
And for the record, I have 3 now.
We all have one,
But you have a hat.
but I want a crystal. Don't you want me to punch harder?
Did Zuki just ask if she could have a Sparkix crystal so she could punch harder?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't you want me to punch harder?
I'll fight the bad guys better.
We have 3 Sparkix crystals.
And there's 3 of us.
Yeah, but there's Hux also. We don't want to leave Hux out of
What
this.
if he
I
left us for
don't
good?
want a Sparkix crystal. I don't deserve one.
No,
I
you
deserve
can't.
all of them.
So.
Listen, we're tiffing right now. Kelp, I'll be over it very soon.
Okay.
But I won't forget what you did.
All right.
But
Don't.
I will forgive you. In fact, hey, look at this. I forgave you.
Sam, you make liking you so difficult. When
I'm a
you're
sticker.
I know. But as long as you don't call me your best friends, I think we'll be okay.
All right, you can just hold it in your heart where I hold it.
I'm
too.
not holding it anywhere.
Hold it in your heart because that's where I am. I'm right beside
There's a hole in my heart. Yeah.
your ventricles and the beating of it, and then there's me.
As Sam is talking, like Kelp just like starts like playing with grass. Like she's like actively trying to ignore him.
Hey, quit playing with grass and look at my chest.
So it's still during the day.
Yeah.
So just so you know, the magic lift is still operating, going up and down.
Yeah. I feel myself get a little woozy.
It's gonna be back up in about 5 minutes.
How long until we have to like feed or get these bites looked at?
You have a general knowledge of it. If you'd like to roll history of it, you have a range that you're thinking like somewhere around 2 days, maybe.
Okay.
But if you want to get specific, roll history check.
No, I'm okay. 2 days. Never mind.
What I'm gonna do is, since we're still at Arcanix, I feel like there's gotta be a professor who's like an expert in vampires. So I'm going to see if I can't remember that. Where to go. So history check?
History check. And for that, I'm going to need a DC of
It's gonna be really high, isn't it?
15. A moderate DC.
Oh, that's
Wow.
okay. Yeah, that's okay. Well, that's a crit 1.
Anybody else can roll for it too.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna roll for it.
This may help you plan out if you know the specifics.
9. Never mind.
9. Okay.
Help, still an idiot.
Zuki, do you want to try?
Maybe not.
Oh, Zuki, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to try to roll history?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess so. No, she just wants to punch harder, I think.
I do.
I mean, it's not her problem. She didn't get bit by a vampire.
Gotta find it.
What'd you get?
Oh no.
Oh, did we all miss out on that?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're all
We're
stupid.
So you think you're guessing somewhere around 2 days. That's
Okay.
that's what you're guessing from your general
Okay.
knowledge.
Okay.
That's not very specific right now. And but yeah. So meanwhile,
I think we have 2 days. Ugh.
a crow approaches you. with a parchment in its mouth. And it flies over to Zuki. It lands on your shoulder and has the parchment in its mouth. And it darts its head over to your face.
I take it and then I give it a little chin scratch.
It likes the scratch. It's kind of almost moving like a cat. It feels really good. And then it
Scritches.
flies off.
I have a thing.
So you open the parchment, and it is from the Queen. And it reads, let me get this right screen here. It is from the Queen. There we go. And it is from, let me scroll up here. 1 second. I have it. It's just, let's scroll up here.
We're waiting, Dash.
It is from Queen Aurela Earwynarn. So she is the queen, the tiefling sorcerer queen of Aundair. And she demands the presence of her daughter, Leandra. And she desires her to report to her at the palace within the next day. If she does, she'll be greatly rewarded, but that she must report there to fulfill her royal duty. And at the bottom, it says P.S. When I write to Leandra, I'm referring to the one known as Azuki, my daughter, my biological daughter.
Oh.
Oh.
You are to be married this month to fulfill your royal duty to Aundair. Please write back with a crow this day and report to me the next day. I will send for a transport to come back and get you at Arcanix.
Does anybody have a piece of paper and a crow?
I think I have some parchment.
I'm gonna
Could I-
just draw a piece of poop.
Maybe Sam, can you magic a bird? Can you do a magic on a bird?
If
Yeah,
you'd
I
like
can
to
do
do
a
a history check of how to do that, go for it, Sam. For you, the DC is easy. It's only 10. For the others, it would be hard, since they're not graduates here.
Well, it's a 5 anyway.
Oh,
So
we're rolling like champions tonight, y'all.
It's been a while since he's been back at school.
yeah.
But yeah, so basically, according to the Queen Aurela, Zuki is the biological daughter of the Queen of Aundair, according to her.
Whoa.
And her name that she's
prove
calling
it?
you is Leandra.
Zuki, is that for real? Are you like,
I was adopted.
so you had no idea?
I have human parents, from what I know.
Yes, you were raised by human parents,
Yeah.
but she's claiming that you're the biological daughter of her because she's a tiefling. She's the queen.
Wait, no proof.
Could it be a mistake?
Yeah,
Maybe we
probably.
should go tell her that it's a mistake.
I could just write no.
Oh, that's also true. You could just tell her no.
Eat my poop or something.
Okay. Well, I
I don't
have
think the queen would appreciate that.
I have animal handling. Could I tame a bird to help Zuki?
You can if you do. Well, first you would do a history check,
Okay.
and then yeah, all you would need is a history check. You don't do animal handling. For you, it's gonna be harder though because you're not a graduate of Arcanix. It would be a
okay.
20.
Oh, well, we'll
So you
give it
could
a
try
shot.
it.
Let me see if I can catch one of these stupid birds.
What if I just don't?
What'd you say, Zuki?
What if I just made noises for them?
You could do animal handling if you want. For that, it would be a moderate DC, a 15.
You better do it because I just rolled a 3.
Whoa, what's wrong with us?
I don't know.
My D&D Beyond decided to refresh.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't know.
Oh, just so you know, Zuki, when she referred to the palace and Perrins, for her, where the palace is right now after the last war, it's in Fairhaven, which is north of you guys in Aundair. Right now, Arcanix, where you guys are at, is right up against the coast of Lake Galifar, and Fairhaven is up north.
I see.
Roll.
So, oh, yeah, go for your roll. Yeah. What'd you get?
Oh, I'm like shit today. I got a 2.
Oh, man. So, no crows for right now, anyway.
We're just gonna have to go to
We
this
can just
person and
ignore
tell
it.
her.
I mean,
I'm not getting married. We can just ignore it.
yeah, and also, like, you know, you guys got vampire blood in you right now that you gotta extract before you turn into vampires
Okay.
and or
Well,
die.
You guys more than my potential marriage.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's go try to figure out where we can find somebody to help us.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we need to take the train down, the floaty thing.
Yeah, let's take the floating train thing
yeah,
down.
the lift. Okay, cool. So
The
it-
elevator.
float.
Yeah.
so at this
floaty
point,
train.
it's up. The magic elevator. So at this point, it's up. It's up by you guys, or right against the edge of the little pathway of Sky Nocturnus Tower. So do you guys step onto it?
Yes.
Okay. Then it lowers you down. It's a few minutes down. So as you're going down, you see the village. You see the giant explosion behind you, or the aftermath of it, and pieces of barbarian bodies kind of stuck to the soil that's underneath the floating island, and piece of the steering wheel and some of the sails, and
Oh.
just
I wonder how this got here.
it's a mess. It's a mess.
Those poor souls.
I
And
wonder who did this.
and at a distance, you're almost all the way down. At a distance, off to your left, on the ground, you see a big puddle, big blue puddle, that's very scaly. It has a saddle too, and you do notice that there's
Oh.
a raptor skull, kind of just plastered on the ground too.
Oh,
So
We should take this skull back for Huck.
Yeah.
is okay.
You know what's terrible? I already forgot its name.
It
was
named after
Z.
me.
Z. Okay.
I wasn't even there.
J Danger wrote, "It's a hat, free hat."
Free hat.
You could be like the boar guy from what was it, a Demon Slayer who wears just a boar head. I haven't watched so much
Inosuke.
Demon.
He's my favorite.
What's his
Or
name?
Cubone.
Inosuke.
Or Cubone from Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I put it on?
Sure. So you guys get to the bottom. Do you guys hop off the lift?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I do.
So now, Zuki, you can walk over to the Z puddle and grab the dino skull, if you
I
want
think
to.
Hux would appreciate this.
It still has like a lot of its like its brains kind of oozed out of it, so it's a little hollow inside, and its spine's still connected to it, and there's still scales on it, but a lot of the juicy stuff already kind of flooded out of it from the impact.
I didn't shake it.
So do you put it
Take
on?
The gross stuff off. I'm not gonna wear it.
Okay.
I have my hat.
So
I
right
have
now
my
you
witch
have
hat.
it. Yeah, you have your witch hat. So right now you have a spine, a dino spine in your hand with a raptor head on the top of it.
That works.
I know Spino.
Spino.
This is for Hux.
Okay, cool. Feel free to discuss and let me know if you want to do something.
Should we like keep this for, I don't know, like Sam, is this like magic? Can we use this for magic?
It's good for morale.
Okay.
Yeah, and like, it's better to. Hux will want it, and we should
Okay.
have it. Yeah. I mean, I'll flip through my spell book to see if like I need dinosaur bones, but I think mainly we just use them for fuel. But I don't want to do that to Z, who I've never forgot its name. I've said I would never forget its name.
Do you remember
And I never have.
you and Z hanging off of the ship together with the rope?
It only happened a few hours ago. Of course I do.
Well, you forgot her name, so I had to check.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, let me know if you want to do anything or discuss.
Hold on to it, Zuki.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna keep Z's skull and spine. Is that right?
Does this gross you out? I don't
No,
understand.
I'm not
No,
gross.
I love
It's heavy, and I just want to make sure I don't get I don't want to carry it.
Well, I'm a dwarf. I can carry it.
Okay.
Won't.
I'm carrying it.
I'm making sure.
I look really cool with my witch hat and my suit jacket.
Well, there
You
we
look
go.
very good in your
Okay.
witch hat.
And your
Okay,
raptor
hold
rattle.
You can put the raptor head and then right under the witch hat.
Get away.
It's like a helmet and then a hat.
I'm gonna
Pause
do
real
it.
quick as a DM saying, "Hey Zuki or Kuhnoodle, could you check your mic setting? Because sometimes your mic is cutting out. Your video's fine. Are you guys hearing the same thing, Jay and Winged? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah,
Hello?
no, I'm not really hearing her cut out very much.
Maybe it's just me. The video is fine. It's just the Jay Danger said, "You punks know how to get ahead in life."
Azuki.
Cool. Could you do a quick test 1, 2, 3 for me, please?
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Cool. Just checking. Thank you. Thank you, Kuhnoodle. Okay, continue.
We couldn't reanimate her, could we?
I don't know.
I'm tired.
You could. I mean, you got a wizard with you.
Oh boy.
I don't know. It's just a thought. She's here, and we have her skull and her spine and everything.
Let's
Might
try
be
that.
a fun gift for Hux.
Let's try that when Hux is here.
Okay.
How about that? Yeah. Because I'm not sure that I can do that for more than a few minutes like last time. Again, but then again, I do
Yeah,
have
you were
some...
super excited to reanimate the last thing, but come to poor Z.
All of you really wanted me to bring everything back from the dead.
It's a decent skill to have, Sam.
And I'm just like, some things are left better dead. My famous saying.
Your tagline, your catchphrase.
Yeah.
It's gonna be "You're my best friend."
That is, you're my
Okay.
best friend, Kelp. That's my catchphrase. You're my best
No.
friend, Kelp.
Absolutely not. Negative.
Best friend, Kelp. Let's go storm a cave and hold pinkies.
Let's go storm a classroom and find someone to help us with these bites, okay?
And hold pinkies.
No. Here,
No.
I'll give you the other end of the raptor spine.
I got 2
You can
pinkies.
hold that.
Both of you can hold my pinky.
I like
Hold
Kelp
your
like
pinky.
Kelp like takes
Yeah.
the raptor spine and like slaps it in his hand, and it's like wet.
We're holding pinky.
We're holding pinkies.
So, two very large guardsmen approach, and they have the royal insignia on them, on their chest, on their armor, of Aundair, and they woke up and they say, "Princess Leandra,
I just ignore him.
Princess, Your Highness, Princess,
talking
Too.
Princess, we know you hear us.
Who's a princess?
You
I'm
are,
clearly a witch.
you are the queen's daughter.
Who the frick is the queen?
Your mother.
Your mom.
We
Kelp,
were
I don't
sent here
understand
by-
what's happening.
We were sent here by the queen, and we are to escort you to the palace.
But that's so far, and my friends are here, and I gotta help my friends.
Why? Who are your friends? These two?
Yeah,
The human
and my buddies.
And the dwarf? The dwarf?
Yeah.
Sorry, I said dwarf. Dwarf?
yeah.
Yes, I'm a dwarf. You've said it right. Yes.
I don't like the way he said that.
I apologize. What's wrong with you, dwarf? And human?
I'm in a bad way. I've been. I need a specialist. That is what's wrong with me. And my friend over here, the barbarin. The barbarin.
The Barbarin.
Yeah, the
So you were both infected by. And then one of them whispers like, "I think these ones just killed the headmaster of Arcanix. I think that's why. I heard that she was a vampire." And the other one goes, "Oh God, did you just kill the headmaster?"
Who wants to know?
What? I adjust my hat.
Well, and he looks at the other one. Looks at him, and he goes, "Isn't that a good thing? Like, wasn't she a vampire?" And the animal goes, "Yeah, I get. To me, it would be a good thing. Heard she sucked, like literally sucked people's blood in the village of Arcanix." And it goes, "Oh, okay. Well, great. Don't tell anyone that, but that seems like a good thing. Good job."
Yeah. Thank you. She also blew.
Blue, okay. Well, anyway, so if you need help, there is someone who is very skilled in healing magic, a special royal cleric that may be able to help you. She works very closely with the queen.
Yeah, we're gonna need that.
We could introduce you to her, especially if you're accompanying the princess.
Princess, lead the way.
Yeah.
Princess Leandra, would you
I
like to
foresee.
go to Fairhaven with us? There's a carriage at the village parked there. We have it there waiting. It seats 4. And we will accompany you all the way to Fairhaven, to the royal palace.
I have another friend we're waiting for.
Well, and he looks at his watch. Keep in mind, everybody, there's watches in Eberron. So he looks at his watch, and he goes, "Well, we must depart within the hour."
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. If you'd like to meet us, we parked the carriage at the first tavern on the right when you enter Arcanix village. We'll see you there within the hour.
Okay.
So the 2 guards walk off. They walk towards the village. And just keep in mind, like, their armor, basically have, like, very gold armor. And they have, like, these, like, helmets on, but their visors are up. You can tell they're either elf or half-elf or human. And they have, like, these blue, like, tails coming out of their helmet. And they each have shields with swords on their back, on like, a strap to their chest and on their back. So they walk off towards the Arcanix village.
How do they know that I am that person?
Is there something you want to tell us?
I don't know.
So you're not this? I mean,
Maybe we should just go to this woman who claims to be your.
pretend.
We should just go to this woman who claims to be your mom and just like ask for proof. Like, how
Yeah.
does she know?
I
Yeah.
think this is set up just a little too perfectly, and we need to go to that.
Yeah, we'll go for you guys.
I appreciate that
Mary.
a lot.
Yeah.
I hope it's
And-
a pretty lady that I get to marry.
I probably not from the letter, but here's hoping.
I think your mom might want a more traditional. She strikes me as like a traditionalist.
Stupid
Yeah.
queen.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we can go over there and we'll sort all this out. It's clearly a mistake, and we'll roll with it. And also, we'll get our issues fixed. So
Yeah. Okay, we'll have to wait for Hux though, or should we like leave him like a note?
do we need to eat or anything like that? Don't we need to eat?
We would probably want to eat.
You all ate breakfast, but you could definitely use one more meal.
Oh, I
Before the
have
end
an
of the day.
idea. Let's go check on those repair dudes because I was supposed to send like a bunch of pizzas to them.
Didn't you order
Oh, and then
them?
we can just eat some of the pizza.
So you hear a big behind you, and you look up, and a giant dirt ball It's falling from the sky, from the from the bottom. Sorry, Jay.
Dirt ball.
It's the little dirt ball, because like underneath Sky Nocturnus, you have like this like cool palace, like mini castle, called Sky Nocturnus Tower. And you have like this like lump of land floating in the air, and it just has like like roots and dirt underneath it. It's in the sky. Well, a chunk of that dirt falls off because of the giant airship you guys crashed into. It falls off, and it has also like pieces of wood like sticking in it from the ship, and it's a big dirt ball, and you can see it starting to break off and start to fall off. What do you do?
Oh boy. Get out of the way.
To avoid it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can I like throw my trident up at it and break it into a bunch of pieces, like softer pieces?
That'd be pretty badass. Okay, so Sam, you're gonna try to avoid it, right? And Kelp,
I'm gonna avoid it.
Okay, so Zuki and Sam are trying to jump away. Kelp is trying to throw the trident at it. Okay, so first, Sam. Actually,
Okay.
first let's do Kelp. Because yeah, actually, we're gonna do Sam first. Sorry, we're gonna do
Okay.
Sam first. See if you can jump away first. So first, because there could
Oh,
still, even if
boy.
Kelp is successful, there could still be debris that falls on you. So for this, Sam, I need you to roll a saving throw. This is going to be a dexterity saving throw, and I need you. It's going to be a moderate DC of 15.
Okay, let's just check out my dexterity. Oh, great. -1. All right, so let's see.
Do you have any spells that could like lift you?
Because that was a 4. And let's see.
Man, what's with the rolls today? I feel bad for
I
you
think
guys.
I'm on an incline or something. I don't know.
An incline.
I could shield myself with
Is
a
it
spell.
considered a missile? Can I deflect it?
I mean, okay. I'm gonna say if Kelp successfully throws her trident at it and breaks it apart, then yes, because it'll be smaller size of debris coming at you, and you can deflect those.
Okay.
So, Sam, anything else? I'll give you one more like idea. Not a dex saving throw though.
On how to avoid this?
Yes,
You mean?
you can shield if you want to do a shield.
I don't want to cast a spell slot or anything like that. Let's see. What else?
I mean, it's a
got?
big dirt ball.
Just a big damn dirt ball. It's just a big, dumb.
Jay
damn
Danger
dirt
said
ball.
burn.
That was a while ago. That was like some sick burn.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you meant like use a spell, like a burning spell.
Nah. Here's what I'll do though. I'm going to. No, I'm not gonna do that. Mage hand.
Mage hand?
I'm gonna do mage hand. Yeah.
Wait, what does that do again?
It's a cantrip. Spectral floating hand appears at a point you choose within range. The hand lasts for a duration until you dismiss it. The
Isn't
hand.
it only,
Huh?
isn't it only like 5 pounds?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a big dirt ball.
All right, so not mage. I'm not gonna do mage hand.
Okay.
I never said I was gonna do mage hand. Oh boy. You create a burst of thunder sound that you heard. Nope, that's not gonna do it. True strike. What? I can't just move.
Well, you tried with dex saving throw. So let's see what Kelp does. Let's see what Kelp and Zuki do.
Okay.
So Kelp, you're going to throw your trident at the dirt ball, right? At the giant dirt ball.
Nope.
Okay. So what I need you to do,
Okay.
you're going to roll an attack roll. You're going to throw it, and you're going to add your attack bonus to it.
Okay.
And for this, we'll simplify it. For this, I'll simplify it, and I'll say in order to break it apart with your trident, you have to. Oh, by the way, well, actually, I meant to do this at the beginning of the beginning of the session. So what I'm gonna say is, Sam, you have one more try. I wanted to say at the beginning that everybody has inspiration. Everybody has a point of inspiration because the battle with Lavishon was so awesome and exhilarating that everybody has a point of inspiration. So Sam, if you want to use your inspiration to do one more dex saving throw, then go for it. That's up to you. Keep in mind though, Kelp and Zuki might be able to obliterate the dirt ball in the air.
All right, so I'll wait for you to try to obliterate it.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
So okay, apologies I didn't say that earlier. I meant to do that at the beginning of the session. I forgot.
It's okay.
So anyway, Kelp. Yep, you have everybody's point of inspiration. Kelp. So you're gonna roll an attack throw with your trident. So you're gonna roll a d20. You're gonna add your attack bonus, and we're gonna make this simple. For the dirt ball, it's going to be a. I'm going to say it's going to be a 15, a moderate DC.
Okay. Okay. I only, with my attack bonus, I only rolled a 9. Are you kidding me? That's my highest roll tonight.
Well, you got inspiration. 5. You have inspiration if you want to use it.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to use it because.
Cool.
This sucks.
Just make sure and mark that off your sheet.
Oh, I rolled an 18 plus 4, so
okay.
22.
Cool.
I'm going to obliterate this thing.
So you hit it. Okay, so now you're going to roll for damage to see how badly you break it apart, okay?
Okay.
So right now, roll damage, and I'll tell you what happens.
Looks like a 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay, so it breaks apart. It does not disintegrate, though. There are pieces now coming at you. Smaller pieces. Zuki, if you want to do your deflect missiles, this is the time.
Yeah, if I use deflect, I can catch it, and then I throw it back.
Yeah. Or you can, throw it wherever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. There is the ones that are within range of you guys. There is approximately. There is 10, around 10. That's definitely going to hit you if someone doesn't do something. 10 pieces.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we each? Do I get another turn to do something else or to do something in addition?
You can move.
That's it. I just move.
Like Sam could move or cast a spell. You could move still.
Okay.
So Kelp, if you want to roll a dex saving throw, then go for it.
Okay.
To get out of the way.
Is that a 20?
That is going to be a 15.
Should I roll for my deflect? Oh,
yeah. Kelp, if you want to do real quick, do the see if you jump out of the way. Go for it.
I draw 16 is what I rolled.
Okay, does that adding? I mean, that's enough, even if it with your moderators. Okay, cool. So Kelp, you jump out of the way. So right now the ones that are in range are Sam and Zuki. So Zuki, did deflect missile, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So what do you roll for that again?
Well, I have to roll the 20.
Okay, cool. And then so the check on that is going to be a 10 for you.
A 10?
Yes.
I got 23.
23? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You did it. Now, how does it say if you do it to just one or multiple projectiles?
Use the reflection to deflect or catch the missile when you are hit by an ranged weapon attack.
So
if you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus 5. If you reduce the damage to 0, you have a free hand. And then I can spend 1 Kai point to make a range.
Gotcha. So it's just one, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you catch one. Right?
Yeah.
And you suffer no damage. And you can throw it back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to throw it back, you can. You don't have to. But you caught it and avoided that damage. Keep in mind, though, there's several others coming at you. Do you want to dodge and get out of the way?
Yeah.
Okay, roll a dex saving throw. And it's going to be a 15.
12.
12? Okay.
Oh, wait, I'll use my inspiration.
You do have inspiration, yes.
15 plus, so 19.
19? Okay, you dodge out of the way. Sam, last choice, the last option. I'll give you the last decision. If you want to still use inspiration, you can to dodge and roll another dex save.
So, I do have a spell that'll allow me to move very fast out of the way, but I'm wondering if I should use a spell slot or not. Is it possible to roll dex first, and then if that doesn't work, then hit this spell?
Yes, because you failed in your first dex save, so your inspiration would be to re-roll that, and you could still do an action. You could still do like an attack action, even though it's not a monster.
Yeah.
So you can do both if you want.
Right,
Do you want to roll dex save first?
Yeah, let's roll a dex save.
Okay, so that's 15 to jump away.
15.
You got this, Sam.
I don't. I rolled a 7.
Oh my god.
Okay, so now I'm going to do Expeditious Retreat,
Okay, cool.
which is this spell allows you to move at an incredible pace. When you cast this spell, and then as a bonus action on each of your turns until the spell ends, you can take the dash action. Basically, I move fast.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything you have to roll for
up
that?
to 10 minutes.
Nice. So is there anything you just do it, right?
It's on self, and it's one bonus action. Yeah, so I just...
Okay, cool. So you run out of the way. Excellent.
Yeah.
You did it. Great. Everybody survived. And the dirt balls, the mini dirt balls come down in the piece of wood. And Zuki has a dirt ball in her hand. And everybody survived that. That was pretty freaky and scary. Everybody gets 100 XP for that, for surviving that. All 3 of you.
100 each.
Yep, 100 each. Add 100 each to your XP for surviving that.
What up? Suck it, Hux.
Suck it, Hux. You, I miss you.
We miss you, Hux, but also suck it.
Suck it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Proceed.
I just dropped the dirt ball on the ground.
So, was that a direct attack or was it an accident?
It's from the island thingy breaking from the ship crashing into it.
Do you think it's from the construction? Do we need to go check it out to make sure everything is okay?
We should worry about you guys.
That's also true. I'm pretty hungry.
Also hungry.
Then let's go find those brothers.
I am vampirically hungry. We need to
Please
get
don't
this.
eat me.
No, I would never. You're my best friend.
You say that now.
I'll
Wait
say it
until you're a
later.
vampire.
Ah! Let's go
All
get
right.
something to eat.
Let's go get something to eat. Okay.
So you walk towards the village, right, to get something to eat?
Mm-hmm. Kelp keeps looking over her shoulder because she's not sure about what just happened.
Great. So you keep walking towards the Arcanix village, and you hear this loud behind you.
I wonder what that was.
Okay. Kelp turns around. She gets her trident out. She's on edge.
So what do? Do you keep walking forward, or do you look back?
I turn around.
You turn around. Half of Sky Nocturnus Tower has fallen to the ground.
Hey, we were just there.
No.
Half of it fell off, detached. Because keep in mind, Sky Nocturnus Tower is originally 2 different towers and islands that were fused together. half of it has fallen off.
That sucks. Good thing I don't go here.
Good thing I don't go here anymore.
So are we just not? We're just not gonna care about this? Is that? Are we all on the same page? We're just walking away from this?
A big like wave of dust like flies in your faces.
I dramatically do it more than I should.
Help just like shields her face with her like arm.
I go.
And off to around you, running towards the Skyneck Tourist Tower, or what's left of it, is a bunch of artificers. And they're like putting brooms underneath their crutches and flying up and like casting spells to like try to repair what's left and try to like solidify. And you see the two brothers fly up at you with the mustaches and the hats and the overalls. They fly, and the letters on their hats. They fly up too, and they're trying to like cast spells, and they're all really worried. And like basically it's almost kind of like in our world, like a bunch of firemen, like firefighters coming up and trying to like, you know, hose down a burning building. So they're all like just an urgency to try to save what's left.
There's one thing I know about saving people, it's to let the professionals do it.
I wish I had a broom.
Why don't you have a broom, Sam?
I sold it,
Okay.
and then you know,
Can you teach me one day?
to have a broom.
You could do that thing, like fly.
Yeah, it's actually. I got motion sick, I think, on it. It's like something you don't want to do often.
I want to do it often.
It's. Yeah, you think you'd be like, it'd be so sweet to fly. Then you fly and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you're like, there's something called turbulence. It happens to anything that flies. Birds will tell you. I talk to birds. They fall and they're like, "Ugh!" You know, and like that happens a lot.
So are we gonna do anything about the tower, or are we just gonna let it? It's falling out of the sky.
I think we should.
Professionals.
I feel like they got. Yeah, I feel Suki's what
I'm
Zuki
not
said.
strong enough.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So you do walk back to the village to go get
I
some,
guess, yeah.
some
I guess
beers
we're all
and get some dinner.
Sauntering back to grab some beer, man.
Okay,
Just
cool.
keep walking. Yeah, it's
So you
just
head-
another day.
You see, you start walking back to the village, the Arcanix village.
Yeah.
And you
Already
you
almost
go
done.
inside the entranceway, and the path to the right, you could see a very nice royal, same colors as the guardsmen that they had, the royal guardsmen. And they had just like this blue and gold looking carriage with two like just beautiful black horses in front. And this carriage has like enough space in the front for two people to sit, for the guys driving the carriage. And then the wheels, the spokes on it have like, they're just like plated gold. Like it's just beautiful. Like the wheel part of it, not the tire, but the wheel part of it and spokes are all plated gold, and has like this like very beautiful like blue drape on either side of it when you walk like outside of the doors of the carriage. And it would be to your right in front of it is the entrance to the tavern.
Well, I guess we should wait in here for us whenever. Where did he go?
He's just off making friends. He'll be here soon, I'm sure.
He does this a lot.
True.
In the amount of time that I've known Hux, which is the exact amount of time that you've known him, he's always done this.
Let's just go into the tavern, grab a beer, get some food, and just wait for him to show up.
Yeah. Let's do
So
that.
you all three of you go inside the tavern. It's pretty crowded. And it looks fun. And 1 second. I gotta switch the music here. 1 second. Yeah, no copyright. Here we go. So you go inside, and there's a bard playing music, and a couple bards actually, and you see tieflings, you see elves, you see humans, you see dwarves and halflings and gnomes and a couple seemingly changelings. You're not sure because they're just hard to find there. It's hard to notice. And yeah, to your right is the bartender. Great big burly guy. He looks all human, and he has very messy, poofy red hair, light skin, big red beard, and he's got a little name tag on him. It says Lormond.
Lormond.
Lormond with an L.
Lormond.
Yeah, and he sees all three of you, and he takes his rag and he wipes down like a small 3-seat section, and he goes, "Welcome, come on up. What can I get you?"
Hey, Lormond.
Do we know each other, dwarf?
No, it's on your name's on your
Yeah,
uniform. Yeah,
that's right. What's your
I
name,
would
dwarf?
like- my name. You can call me Sam.
Sam. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Who's the tiefling and who's the human?
I'm Zuki.
Nice to meet you, Zuki. And who are you, human?
I'm Kelp.
Nice to meet you, Kelp. What can I get you all?
Beer.
A beer? A pint? A pint of beer? A pint of ale?
Fruity. Do you have anything fruity?
Fruity? Well, I have
Like
some
a
stout,
cider.
and I have some, yeah, I do have a citrus ale. Would you like that?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
citrus ale for Zuki. What else?
I'll take the cheapest ale you have and the meal of the day. Just something with lots of meat and lots of vegetables.
We're serving
Yeah,
chili
food.
today.
I'll
Take
take
the
it.
chili.
Chili.
Chili? All right. So the citrus ale, the cheapest ale we have is called CDR. Would you like that?
Yes.
CDR, pint of CDR, and you dwarf. Sam,
I would like 4 ales and 2 chilies, please.
And I want a chili too.
chili, two chilies. Are you expecting another person?
No, those are for me. The
Oh,
2.
all right.
are
So
for me. Yeah,
4 ales and 2 chilies for just the dwarf.
just me. Yes.
All right.
Oh, and chili for me too. I don't know if you got that.
Chili for Zuki, chili for Kelp, ale, citrus ale for Zuki, CDR ale for Kelp, 2 ales. Which ales? Citrus ale, CDR ale. Check a
I
stout.
want.
Check
I want the heavy ale.
the heavy ale.
Yeah.
All right. We have ale mixed with whiskey. Would you like that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stir it up. It's my specialty.
Do you mind if we sit at a booth? We have to set our dinosaur skull down somewhere.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Carl, clean off that booth. Yep, one to the front, to the left, by the window.
Thank you.
Thanks,
you probably
Carl.
could leave it dirty. We're about to set a dinosaur skull on it.
Oh, and he notices the skull like in Zuki's pack behind her. He goes, "Oh my God!"
Beautiful.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
We
Go
found
over there and sit. Go over there and sit. I don't want any of my customers to be scared off. But yeah, I'll be back with all of your ales and your chilies, and we'll meet you over there at your booth.
Thank you so much for accommodating us
No problem.
and your hospitality.
You're welcome. So he goes back into the kitchen to get the stuff ready and get the ales ready. So, and then the booth is behind you guys. It's right by the front. If you go turn around, and then behind you, it's the one next to the window. It's like a real nice wooden booth, wooden table, and there's like these like red plushy cushiony seats on the back and the backrest and the seats. So on both sides.
Okay.
You scooch in there, the booth, right?
Yeah.
All right, I jump in. I want to sit. I'm exhausted.
Cool. All right, so you're all set. And Lorman comes up right behind you, and he has a platter, and he comes out with ale for Zuki, citrus ale, CDR ale for Kelp, and 2. Wait, I have 4 here. Did you order 4?
I ordered 4.
You order.
yes.
All right, so 4 ales for Sam the dwarf. There you go. Chili's cooking. We'll be right back with it. So he leaves, goes
Aye.
back. You're welcome. He leaves to go back to the kitchen. So
Ugh,
Yeah.
that feels great. And yet somehow I'm still thirsty.
Well, you got more beer, so
Yeah, oh, beer. That's right.
oh boy.
Okay. Okay,
Oh,
here we
boy.
go.
you see the two
Ugh.
guardsmen come inside the royal guardsmen come inside the tavern as well, and they go sit up at the stools where all three of you were just at, and they order some beer as well. And they
Yeah, I know
both
that.
look back to try to catch Zuki's gaze, and they look back right away as soon as Zuki looks up.
I go,
They look a little scared. They look a little shy,
Mm.
and they both look down at the bar as they get their beers.
Zuki, you wield some power over them.
Yeah. Zuki, I think you might. Are you sure you don't want to tell us anything?
we don't know. Like, I was found as a kid. And
Now
as
they
like
just-
a baby.
Now they just want you to be a princess?
They want me married.
Yeah, that whole story that happens to
kinda-
everyone. You get a message from a crow one day that says you're a princess. It happens to everyone.
Did you go through
Tale
this?
as old as time, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a princess. Unless they give me a lot of money.
I feel like being a princess is not something you necessarily choose to do. You just are. It's
But then they didn't train me for this. I don't
Well,
have the
we'll be
proper
there.
mannerisms.
We'll be there to help you if you want to do it, but also, you don't have to do it if you don't want to.
you know you're a warrior. So like you're a warrior princess. How badass is that? How cool is that? You're
it's like a-
special.
Evil kingdom.
Did you say evil kingdom?
Yeah, what if it's evil?
Could be. We'll be with you. It won't be
Tieflings aren't the
scary.
nicest. I should know I'm a tiefling.
Now, don't be hard on yourself.
Oh no, I don't mind it.
Yeah. You don't mind what?
That tieflings aren't the nicest.
Oh, yeah, but like we project our fears onto tieflings. We think because you are red and you have horns, you're mean. And then I think you might subconsciously lean into that a little bit. But I know you. I know you can be mean when you need to be, but I know you have a good soul. So like
Oh, Sam.
I don't think she's mean at all. I just think she's knows what she wants and is independent.
I'm an
Doesn't
independent woman. I don't need no man.
So Lorman comes up and he has this platter full of chilies. So he sets all of your chilies up, and he goes to Sam and he goes, Sam, I brought you 6 chilies, by the way. We had to get rid of the pot, so I figured you're probably a big eater and big drinker, so you'll probably take care of them. If not,
Norman.
let me know. So
oh my gosh.
the extra ones are on the house, so don't worry about the extra ones.
wow.
There you go.
Norman.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have to pay for the rest of them, but yeah, the extra ones are on the house. So, yeah. Let me know if you
again, I
need
thank
anything
you.
else. So he leaves.
I thank you again for your hospitality.
No problem. I'll be back a little later.
Thank you, Lormond. Thanks, Carl. Thanks for making the booth happen.
And you just see a hand come out
Yeah.
of the back kitchen, and he goes. Then the hand
Carl.
disappears.
God, I love this place. Guy used to come here all the time. Thursday nights after we would like make up plays. It was like they were never good.
By the way, the tavern is called the Croaking Frog.
Croaking frog.
What was your favorite?
Ribbit.
What was your favorite play that you did? Sam?
Oh man, we did this one stupid
Can you
thing.
show
just-
us?
Yeah, there's just this one stupid thing. Like I remember this will be kind of like you'll relate to this, Zuki, but like I played a prince and like oh god, my dad was dead, and I saw his ghost and he said, you know, your uncle killed me, And then like, oh, so dumb. We made it up on the spot, and I was just like kind of just moping the whole time. And I was just like, should I kill myself? Should I not? To be or not? And then like my mom was like banging my uncle. I'm like, wait a second, they were in on this together, weren't they? I've got to do something about this. But then they like were like, okay, this kid's onto us. We have to call his friends. And they called my friends, right? We all made this all out on the spot, just letting you know. Just booze. Everyone hated this.
It sounds terrible.
It's awful, right? And like
it sounds really awful.
And just like a bad story, like everyone, including me, died except for like my friend. Like it's not even about him. Like my friend, who's my best friend, I was just like, I'm dead, Ignacio. And then like he's just like, I guess I run Titan Tooth now. I guess I somehow get the throne.
And underneath you, Sam, because you can kind of feel it through your beard, the heat is starting to fizzle out under chili. Like the
I think
heat.
my chili's cold.
It's starting to be not hot. Yes.
Okay, I better dive into this chili if you know what I mean.
Like Kelp is just like kind of watching him and is like, she kind of feels her own. And like, are there any changes to her bite, Dash?
To her what?
To her bite, is she getting any heat, or is she being affected a little slower?
So what you feel right now is 1 second. Okay, so you're starting to feel a little exhausted.
Okay.
Both you and Sam.
Okay.
This is similar feeling if you were to not eat enough food in one day.
Okay.
So
I feel
you
fine
feel
because I
you
haven't
think
eaten
you
yet.
might just be hungry. What was that, Zuki?
But I feel fine since I haven't eaten any yet.
You feel like normal hungry. Like you feel not tired, but you're just hungry. Regular hungry. And the chili, it's very chunky. There's meat. There's a lot of vegetables in it. The consistency of it, it's not too thick. It's like the right thickness. It's got a little spice to it, but it's not too spicy. It's literally like the best chili you've ever had in your whole life.
Ooh,
Lorman's chili is fantastic. The meat is crispy in it. It's got like a crisp, like crunch to it on the outside. It's not mushy at all. And the vegetables almost taste like they've been sauteed before he put them in the chili. And there's like corn. There's pieces of celery. There's black beans in it. Corn. I mentioned corn. There's also pieces of carrots and pieces of. There's also pieces of papaya in it.
Oh. Okay, so Kelp is just like, she's digging in. She's not even talking. She's spooning it into her mouth.
I have a moment where I go, hey, Nani. And then like I snap to, and then I just down one of the chilies just like it was a beer. I have one beer left.
So Sam, you're starting to feel a little drunk. On top of your weird feeling that's very similar to Kelp's right now, your weird, tired feeling. And you also feel definitely buzzed.
This is weird. It usually takes me at least 30 of these.
Keep in mind,
Okay,
you were feeling weird before this too, yeah. And even with the food in you, you still feel weird.
I feel
Weird tired.
I feel like weird tired.
Like almost
Weird
like
tired.
the way you feel like when you get sick, but you're not like sneezing or coughing or anything like that. Your energy's just low.
Yeah, it's like all right here. You know what I mean? Kelp, it's like all right here. Maybe a little here.
I eat my chili.
Kelp is also just like listening to him talk, but also just like just spooning chili into her mouth.
Great. Suzuki and Kelp eat chili. Do you drink your beers too?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Kelp does like she's like super long, deep gulps, so it only takes her like 1 or 2 drinks for her to finish her first beer.
Mhm.
I'm savoring
like-
the taste.
Yeah, but she also just like wants another beer, but like it wants a water too. So she kind of looks around for
Lormond?
Lormond?
Lormond.
Okay.
So
Like
Lorman
Norman.
is off. He's talking to the royal guards, and the royal guards are pointing at Zuki. And they just kind of look over and they point at her, and
Yeah.
Lorman goes, "What? Really?" And you can hear him like because he's really being really loud. And he goes, "Whoa!" And he walks over to you because he kind of sees Kelp trying to get his attention. And he goes, yes. What would you like, your highness?"
Oh boy. Kelp just kind of like
I'm sorry. Did I offend you? I'm so sorry.
smacks Suki on the shoulder and is just like, "I'll have another beer and a water, please. Does anybody else
Get
need
her a
anything?"
beer and water.
Oh, yes, right away. By the way,
Lorm-
all this is on me. Thank you
Oh.
for gracing us with your presence, with
Oh,
your
boy.
royal highness
Lorm.
presence. Thank
Lorman.
you,
Yeah.
princess.
Lormond,
Thank you.
have been nothing but
All of it
amazing
Is on Lormond.
tonight.
Consider
But
it
let me-
Just a token of my gratitude for being
Hey,
here.
Okay, maybe
Lormond.
being a princess isn't so bad.
Hey, just because she's a princess doesn't mean that she can't pay.
Are you drunk?
Need-
Do you need another beer?
I'm not paying.
Well,
It's
I'm princess.
I'll be right back. More beers and chilies, or just more beers?
chilies, yes.
Yes,
Beers.
I'll have another.
Beers
I
and
want more
chili.
chili too. Yes.
Carl, fix up more chili. So you see the hand pop out, just the thumb, and then the hand disappears.
And I do it back.
Another one comes out, and it's you can just assume it's Carl, and then it goes back, and yeah, Tormund runs back and fills up more tankards, more wooden tankards with beers. He comes over in a rush and hands them all out. There's about 6 of them, 6 beers, and he rushes back to the kitchen.
Nice.
The ruling class should pay their fair share. Lormond, don't go and pay for us. Read.
So
Mark.
at this point, Sam, I need you to
Okay.
do a Constitution save,
Okay.
because you're starting to feel nauseous.
Yeah. Okay. Constitution.
The Constitution save, usually it would be
Speaking pure nonsense.
yeah,
Okay.
it would usually would be this is for you to not only not throw up, but also like have control of your own will too. So this would normally be a 10, but since you're feeling that extra weirdness, it's a 15.
All right. Well, I rolled a 19.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're able to keep your stuff down in your stomach, and you're able to like get it together and get like self-control.
Oh my god! I blacked out for a second. What did I just say?
Oh, you were just trying. This dude wants to pay for us, and you're trying to tell him not to. Just
You
like
went.
slow your roll.
It's not like I have any money. What am I? He should pay for us. Yeah, I shouldn't feel bad about that.
I mean, you have
No.
those
I
platinums
am
and
a
those.
princess.
GM, no one knows we have a.
I'm just your
platinum
head
piece.
reminding you. You're conscious.
I should start going to all the stores in this area and yelling that I'm a princess and see if they'll give me shit.
So one of the royal guardsmen comes up, and he goes, "Your Highness, just to let you know, we have to leave in 15 minutes. Thank you."
Thank you.
What about her?
Thank you, 15.
I don't. Who is Hux?
I have the fun mustache. You are
Not
fun.
important to us. You're important, and if these two are important
He's
to you,
important to me.
well, we've never met him, so we cannot wait much longer.
You never
The-
met me.
The queen will decapitate us if we're late.
Okay.
Don't let her do that.
We must return with the princess, so please meet us outside in 15 minutes. So the 2 royal guardsmen go back to finishing their beers. They both take a big gulp, and they leave like a bag of gold to pay for their beers, and then they go outside. So
I guess we gotta leave Hux a note.
No, we need to wait for Hux. I'm not leaving without Hux. If you guys want to go ahead and go, we can catch up.
We can't leave without Hux. But
I
I
want
will.
to.
But I won't. But I will. But I won't.
We need to get you guys cured. Did Hux get bitten by any chance?
no, he did not get
I don't
bit
think so,
by
yeah.
Lavishon during that fight.
I better down this chili, and then I take one of the bowls of chili, and it's like a shot. So now I'm down to just 2 chilies, and now I look at him and be like, "This isn't the most chili I've ever eaten, but it's the most chili I've eaten in a while. I better have some beer."
More? How many have you had in like 2
More?
seconds? More?
So with that beer, I'm going to ask for another Constitution save, Sam.
Okay, there we go.
Oh my god.
This one's going to be a 20. This one's a hard because you've been drinking more.
Well, I rolled a 15.
With your Constitution mod,
Yeah, with my Constitution mod.
so you start to feel like you're about ready to throw up. You have about 10 seconds until it comes out of your mouth. What do you do?
I back away.
I am going to run to the nearest door.
The nearest door is outside. Do you run to there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you run to there. And as soon as you exit, like completely out your mouth on the ground, projectile splashing up, and you could feel the driplets coming back up, bouncing from the ground up on your face. And at the end of the projectile vomit that you're vomiting outside, bent over, there's blood. It is also mixed with chili, so you're not sure about how much blood, so because it's all red. But you do taste like a metal taste.
Oh boys, Sam, we've got to get to one of these doctors like now.
Oh, you followed me out. I didn't want you to see me like this.
There's a big puddle
Yeah.
in front of you. It's a beer, chili, blood puddle. Blood, chili, beer, puke puddle.
Oh boy, if Hux were here, he'd know what to do.
The guards are over to the right near the carriage, and they look at all 3 of you, and they just kind of like, ugh.
I wave.
And they, Your Highness,
We're getting ready.
5 minutes.
We're almost ready.
Is your dwarf friend okay?
I mean, is he or we don't know.
The means of production, Lormond.
So Lorman
He
comes
has
out.
Food poisoning.
Lorman comes out, and he has a basket of chicken nuggets that he's eating himself.
Give me those.
Oh, Sam, stop!
And he goes, "You can share them. I still want some."
Oh my god.
So he holds out the basket of chicken nuggets. It's like a 20 piece. So he's already been munching on a couple.
I'm just gonna take one, okay? Just gonna take one.
Okay, cool. So you take one.
We should dino nuggets.
I need it could be. I need you to do another Constitution save as soon as you put one in your mouth. Because immediately it's like, oh, it's gonna sound good, and like, ooh, and you feel something shoot up your esophagus. You're gonna do another. It's gonna be another 20
17 this time
with your mod.
So, yeah, with my mod.
Okay. You puke more, and it's like on the chicken nugget that's in your hand, and it just topples to the ground, and Lorman just shaking his head. And he looks up at Zuki and he goes, "I'm sorry, Princess. I do apologize. It must have been my chili and my beer that made him throw up."
I feel fine.
Well,
I
that's
feel
good.
fine too, right?
You're still pretty drowsy and tired. You're not nauseous,
Okay.
though.
Okay.
You did
Lorman.
not have near as much alcohol as Sam did,
That
though.
is right.
So-
Lorman,
I'm so sorry you had to see me like this.
That's okay,
I
pal.
think he
And
might
he
just
pats your
have the
back.
flu.
I am dead, Lormond. I feel dead. This isn't me being drunk at all. I am in a bad way. Help.
He looks at you and he looks like dead in your eyes. And you start to see this like red tint in your pupils, like red. Not in the whites, in the pupils. It's turning red. And he goes, "Oh!" And he goes, "Carl, come here." And Carl comes out, and Carl is he's a halfling, and it made you confused too because when that hand would come out and like when he would do a thumbs up, it was a lot higher than how tall he is now. But you see his hand; it's definitely his hand. Maybe he was standing on a ladder, who knows? But he comes out, he's a halfling, and he's like cleaning a glass with a rag. And Lorman goes. He looks at Sam and he goes, "Look at his eyes. Look at this dwarf's eyes." And Carl looks in Sam's eyes. He goes, "Boss, he's turning vamp." "Yeah, that's what I was thinking." "Listen, Sir Sam. It's best that you don't come back here. I need you. I ask you nicely because I do really like you, and you're friends with the princess. I can't have you come back here, not until you're better."
Completely understand. But I just gotta ask for one more chicken nugget.
He holds eyes. He looks at him for about a second. He's like, so I need you to roll persuasion.
Okay.
What?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, then go ahead. Finish his persuasion.
It's a moderate DC, so it's gonna be a 15.
Let me check to see if I have any. How do I do with persuasion? Let's see. I don't think I do this often, but
It's a charisma.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep, it's no modifier to this. So let's see.
15.
Niner.
Oh boy.
So
oh
he
boy.
looks at you and he goes,
Oh.
Ooh.
"Roll a Constitution save." It's a 20 again.
Oh Jesus. Would DM Dash, would we be able to, like, if we gave him blood, would that make him feel better, or would it make his change happen faster?
Gave him blood, just normal blood.
Yeah, like, would it make him feel better, or is he just like this because he just drank a lot?
You can try, but the only thing that you know, due to your general knowledge, that wouldn't make him sick, it had to be dwarf blood.
Okay, all right.
So anyway, what'd you roll, Sam?
15.
Okay, so that time you're able to. It comes up at the bottom, like the back of your esophagus, and you swallow it back down.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you taste it and then you swallow it back down. So the royal guardsman comes up and he bows to Zuki and he goes, "Princess Leandra Eberron, we must leave now."
Oh. And you'll help my friends, right?
"Yes, we will introduce him to the royal cleric, the queen's cleric. She will be able to help your friends.
Okay, let's
Or
go
at
get you
least
help.
direct them to where they can find help. I know, at the very least, she's dealt with people who have been turning into a vampire before and has prolonged their transformation enough time for them to get the proper help. So yes, the queen's cleric is the one to talk to. So, right this way." And then the other guard opens up the carriage door, and he lifts up the blue drape that's over it, and waits for all of you to climb into the carriage. Now, keep in mind, Sam has vomit all over the front of him, and all over his beard. Like, chunks of chili is all like
You get to sit
in his
the
beard.
front. Outside.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt and thaw and resolve itself.
Can we put him on the
into
roof
dew.
of the carriage?
Like on the luggage part.
I
yeah,
mean,
can we?
you could check. Yeah, I mean, you could try. If he's cool with it, you could try.
Sam,
Hold
You're-
my heart.
you're gonna go on the roof of the carriage.
Do you have rope in your pack?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure whatever rope you use, mark it off your sheet too that you use it.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
want to put it back afterwards, you'd have to see if it's still usable afterwards, and you can
Got
put
it.
it back in your
Okay.
pack.
Sam, is that okay? We're gonna put you on the. You're covered in your own sick, and it's disgusting. Everyone around you is disgusting.
Pieces of meat are caught in his beard, pieces of beans and celery and beer suds and vomit and blood, all chunky in his beard. And on
Let's
the
go. I'm gonna
front.
turn to the guard and take Kelp's rope. Be like, hey, can you tie him to the outside of this carriage?
And he looks at Sam and he goes, "Is this all right with you?"
Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave
Help.
am I.
Kelp is
Yeah.
also. Kelp is also like looking around. She's like looking for Hux, like up and down. Like
Okay.
this is also like a little bit of a stalling tactic.
You roll for investigation.
Okay.
So the DC check on this is 15.
A 3.
You don't
Okay.
see shit. You don't see anything.
I'm
Tis
just okay.
now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes
Okay,
out.
yeah, just tie him. He says yes.
Okay. All right. So then they both lift up Sam very easily. They're
Good.
both pretty strong guys. They
Take into this world.
put him on top of the carriage. They tie
now
him up.
could I drink
They
hot blood.
they put the drapes that were attached to the top of the doors on either side. They put them up to like cover him up to keep him warm, and they like tie up the rest of the rope on top of the drapes to keep the drapes on him.
And do
So
such
now he's all
better
wrapped up in
business
drape blankets, and he's
Okay.
tied up on top of the carriage.
as the day would quake to look on.
Well, I guess we should get in, Kelp. And we'll find a way. We'll get a crow to find Hux.
Okay.
So-
All right.
Now to my mother.
So Zuki and Kelp, you you get into the carriage, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then
Cody.
so before you get in, one of the guards says, "Oh, by the way, Princess, Your Highness, I apologize. I've not introduced myself. My name is Sir Leo, and this is Sir Raph." And then he gives a nod and gives a bow to both Kelp and Zuki. Yes. Sir Leo and Sir Raph, we will take you to the Queen, to your mother. So, if you need anything, just turn that little compartment right there, and we'll be able to hear you through the front as we gallop the horses. If you don't need anything, feel free to have a good rest. And if you need to stop to go urinate or defecate, or if you desire refreshments, or if you need to vomit, just let us know, and we're here to serve you. So enjoy. So they get in the front, they close the doors, they get up in the front,
I open the window and I tap on their shoulders and I close it back.
and they both look back like, Your Highness, do you need anything?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, do you need anything?
Carry on.
This is Sir Leo?
Carry on.
Okay, we're taking off now. Alright, let's
I
go.
will speak daggers to her, but use none.
Sir Raph is just like, Leo, do you smell that? Yes, I do. It's awfully rank. It smells of... it smells like that one vampire we once killed. Yes, it does. But awfully rank, like as if they just defecated in their pants. Yeah, that's a good description. Anyway, let's go. Hiya! And they gallops the horses. The horses take off, and you end up leaving Arcanix, and you end up going north. So, just to let everybody know where everybody is going now, I'm gonna put the Corvair map on the front. on the stream. It needs to be in front of the overlay. 1 second. And we'll stay here in Streamlabs. And there we go. Let's try this now. There we go. We can see it now. So this is the map of Corvair. If you're new to Journey Punks, this is where we're campaigning. It's in Eberron. This is the continent of Corvair, where everybody is. I'm going to zoom in here as best I can. So we are at, yeah, there we go. A little bit more. We are at Aundair, which is one of the 7 nations of, sorry, yeah, 7, 9, I don't know, of Corvair, and that's as much as I think I can zoom in. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. Almost there. We're getting bigger. We're getting there. Anyway, we've been at Arcanix for a while, which is basically up by Lake Galifar. So like right in the center, you see Lake Galifar, and you see Arcanix. I think I can make it just a little bit bigger so everybody can see. So Arcanix is a magic school of Corvair, the most famous magic academy. There we go. That's much better. So right there, Arcanix, right by Lake Galifar, to the southeast. Now, where the Royal Guards are taking them, it's up north to Fairhaven. If you see the big title, it says Aundair. That's the country everybody's in right now, the Queendom. It's the Queendom of Aundair. And you see Fairhaven, which is the capital here. It's the city with the star here up to the north. They're going to be taking this red route right here past Passage, the town of Passage. And they talked about their path is going to go past Lathlear and then up to Fairhaven. So that is where they're going. So yeah, and you can see the orange right here. By the way, each of you have a map of Corvair in your packs. So, you know of what I'm talking about too. So there's no need to roll for history or anything like that. So you're aware of the geography of Corvair. So yeah, and you do know that the orange path is the light rail path, which is sort of like a magic train. A lot of people take, really rich people take airships to travel in Corvair, and there is ones that take the train, the light rail, which does cost money, but not as much money. It's like a super fast magic train. So anyway, I'm gonna put the map away. That is where everybody's going soon. So the amount of time it's going to take there to go, you estimate that it's going to be about 3 days travel. So you got about 3 days until you get there. So this is the time if you want to take a long rest. If you want, it's up to you.
Yes.
Where you can discuss and talk. Sam's on top of the carriage.
I don't think I have a choice. I'm taking a rest. Yep.
So Sam takes a long rest. So be sure to mark up all of your HP, which I think you're already leveled up. You leveled up and your max HP. So you're good. You're good on food. You're good on your hit dice are all back, which you didn't use any, which you're fine. Do the two of you, would you like to, you can discuss with each other, or if you'd like to take a long rest, let me know. But Sam's asleep now. Oh, Kuhnoodle, we can't hear you. Your mic's out.
Oh, I'm going to take a short rest because I only need it to get my Kai points back.
Okay, cool. Do you want to use a hit die at all? Are you going to HP? What's your HP right now?
I'm high.
Oh, you're good? Okay, cool. So then your Kai points go back. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you take a short rest. So you take a short nap. Well, actually, you could still be awake during a short rest if you want to. You can be awake the whole time. You could be reading a book. You could just be sitting and...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you don't have to sleep. Kelp, what do you do?
I just want to stare out the window of the carriage.
Okay, this could still count as a short rest. So,
yeah.
If you want to take this considered to be a short rest. What's your HP right now?
I'm maxed out at 29.
Okay, never mind. Whenever we take a short rest, just future notice, if you are low on HP and you're able to take a short rest, you would take a hit die and roll that hit die to gain a certain amount of HP back.
Okay.
But a long rest almost always get your HP back to max. Okay, cool. So Zuki and Kelp are riding. You're riding up north. You start to notice that the Arcanix artificers are still crazy hurrying to make sure that the Sky Nocturnus Tower doesn't fall out of the sky. They're all just whizzing around their brooms and firing magic to try to keep the dirt together, and they're also like getting people out of the rubble that fell from part of the tower that fell down too, to save the people that like possibly got hurt or killed. You don't know, who knows. But that starts to dwindle out of sight behind you. So does Lake Galifar as you start to head north. And time passes, and so you left during the day, and it is currently around 10 o'clock at night. So just so you know. Sam's still asleep. You can hear him snoring really loud too.
I don't have much to do except for sitting here and waiting to get... Well, Kelp, how are you feeling?
Just a little tired. I can't seem to focus.
Why didn't you go to sleep?
I don't know. I feel like I can't sleep very well. I'm worried about Hux. I'm thinking about him. We left him behind and we shouldn't have. But I know we have to get better, so we have to get you to this new place. And I don't know. I'm worried about what this woman is supposedly going to do to you.
Marry me off.
I know, and that makes me sick.
I mean, at least I get you if I'm a princess.
I guess. I don't know. I guess that's just not a lifestyle I would ever accept.
Oh, I don't want it either. They probably won't like me. They'd probably kill me.
Oh, they'll
I'd be that queen where they're like, off with her head.
Which is fine.
I don't know how to rule.
There's nothing wrong with being that type of queen. I mean, unless you eventually want to have your head chopped off.
I mean...
So, you hear a... And Sir Leo starts to slow down the carriage. And through the window, you see a crow fly past and onto the front. And he goes,
Crow.
and the crow flies off again. And then you hear a knocking from the front.
Hello.
And then he's like, Your Highness, will you please open the little slot door?
Open the little slot door.
So he slides open slides in a parchment that's rolled up. He goes, I believe this is for you three. Would you like me to give it to the dwarf, or just to you two?
I'll read it.
All right. So, what you read is, it's from Hux. And he says to meet him in the palace dungeon. He says, don't worry, I'm not a prisoner. Just meet me there.
What do you do?
I know you're coming
get
here.
over there. Okay.
And with that,
now I'm pissed.
with that, we're gonna take an intermission. So with that, we're gonna take an intermission, and so folks viewing the stream, we're gonna be about a soft 15, so around 15 minutes. So go ahead and get something to eat, go do your bathroom breaks, and we'll see you back in real soon.
Get some chili and chicken nuggets.
Get some chili, chicken nuggets. Don't barf. Roll your constitution saves better. Maybe you have natural 20s in all your rolls, and we'll see you here in about 15 minutes. Switching over now. Hey, welcome back to Journey Punks. Thanks for waiting, everybody. We're back, and the handsome guy to my bottom left, yes, Jurassic Jaws is back. That is a picture of him. No, he's not dead. It's not Weekend at Bernie's. It's actually him. Say hi, Jaws. Oh, God.
It's totally Weekend
wait,
at
you're
Bernie's.
there.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
It's totally Weekend at Bernie's, you guys.
I thought we lost you again.
I object. This picture is a misrepresentation.
Nice. Okay. We are back. I hope everybody had a good intermission. And last we left our heroes, they were traveling on a carriage from Arcanix. I'm going to pull up the map here for everybody to see. Arcanix to Fairhaven, which is at the bottom. If you see in the map that I'm showing right now in the overlay, Arcanix is at the bottom left near Lake Galifar. They're coming up and they've already passed Passage, by the way, the town Passage. That's, by the way, that's where a lot of people work on the light rail. It's a big light rail stop, and it's kind of like a manufacturing little town. And the light rail needs repairs. They do it there. That train, the magic train that people take in Corvair. So now everybody is going past Passage. They've taken a light rest, and they've also received word from a crow from Hux that he is actually at Fairhaven right now. He is actually at the palace, and he's in the dungeon right now. But he stated that he was not a prisoner and not to worry. So that's what we know so far. So putting this map away, you all have now about 2 days left to get to Fairhaven, and Sir Leo and Sir Raph are still driving the carriage, the two horses in the front, the row guardsmen, and yeah, that is where we are right now. And Sam is tied up still on top of the carriage, tied up with ropes, and tied up with the blue drapes. And you start to wake up, Sam. You start to wake up by the gentle sunlight beaming over your face, and it feels extremely hot. It's not like burning, but it's like right now outside, it's only about 55 degrees out. You feel like it's like 90 degrees out. In Kelp, you feel really warm too.
Okay.
You also feel like it's about 90. It's like summer weather, even though it's like 55. Normal, and Azuki feels it. It's like normal. It's like 55 degrees.
All right.
And so did the Royal Guardsmen. So that's where you are right now.
I'm like down to my wraps. Like I only have the wraps on my arms and like on my body, and that's it. Like I'm just kind of sitting in the front seat, kind of like not panting, but like breathing really heavy. Every time Sam makes a noise, Kelp gets annoyed and she bangs on the carriage top. Shut up, Sam! Christ!
You don't look too well, Kelp.
It's fine. I just need a little more rest is all.
I've had rest. Where am I?
And Sir Raph looks up and he goes, We're about 2 days away from Fairhaven. We've already passed Passage. So, do you need anything, Sir Dwarf?
2 days.
Yes, about 2 days, sir. It's a little bit on the north. We're gonna take a left at Lathlier, and then and then we'll be at Fairhaven within 2 days. So, if you need to stop and go defecate, to urinate, or what have you, or if you need some food, let me know.
Oh my gosh.
How's the princess? She doing well? And Sir Raph goes, he wouldn't know. He's on top of the carriage, and the princess is in the back. Oh, that's right. And he knocks on the little sliding door. And he goes, Your Highness, do you need anything?
Do we need snacks?
Snacks? Yes, I have, Sir Raph, can you look in my pack there? Oh, he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So he pulls out, he actually has these little leather bags filled with granola. And he goes, well, we have this fresh granola with chocolate chips, if you like that. Would anybody like some chocolate chip granola, Your Highness? Sorry, it's not more special than
this
this.
is delicious.
Sam wants some.
And Sir Raph goes, yeah, I'll get him. He's like, oh, and so Leo goes, okay, yeah, so I'll maintain the horses. And Sir Raph goes, all right, hey, Sam, right? That was your name?
Donegal Sam is my full name, but yes, you can call me either.
Do you still want to be tied up?
I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be tied up in the first place.
Well, the princess and your human barbarian friend told us to.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
How are you feeling? You're still sick? You were puking so fiercely before we tied you up on here.
I'm more embarrassed than I am anything else.
All right,
I'm
well,
sorry.
Here's some granola, and he feeds Sam. He doesn't really want to stick his fingers in his mouth, so he just kind of like drops it. Just kind of drops like chunks of granola in his mouth.
And then you see like the granola like pop in his mouth, and then it's like wide open, and you see like a little splash come up, and it's like it's like the granola like jumped off a diving board and into a pool.
Cannonball.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sir Raph goes, ugh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there a creek or a river around here where like we could like rinse off?
Are you asking Sir Leo and Sir Raph, or are you asking me, the DM?
Yeah, yes, I am. Okay, yeah. Hey guys, is there like a creek or a river around here, or?
Well, when we go up to Lathlier, which we got we'll get there at the end of the day today. There's a water reservoir there that we can go there and drinking water there, and there's a separate section there for bathing. But it's not going to be till the end of the day today.
I think.
Other than that, there's lots of wilderness around here. It's lots of plains, and I can't tell you there's any water, but I can tell you there's lots of monsters and wildlife around here.
Okay.
And he's galloping. He's trying to get the horses to go faster. And he goes, Sir Raph, can you please give the granola to the princess, please? And he goes, oh, yeah, sorry about that. And he opens up the sliding door again, and he goes, Princess, would you like granola with chocolate chips? Princess, I can't hear you. Sorry. I think your mic...
Please.
Oh, yeah, okay, right. Well, here you go. And he hands over the leather bag filled with granola. And, he goes, oh, wait, down here. Sir Lee goes, yes, also, there's a little bottle of, like a canteen filled with milk. Ask them if they want that. And he goes, and Sir Raph goes, oh, yes, hey, Your Highness, there's also some milk, if you'd like to have that with your granola. Would you like that?
Sure.
Okay, here you go. So he gives her the milk and the granola. So Zuki and Kelp have that. And then Sir Raph, while the horses are still going and the carriage is still going, he goes up and he picks out a knife and he cuts the ropes from Sam. So he releases Sam. And he goes, do you want to be back in the carriage?
Please.
Yeah, sure. So he grabs Sam. He's really strong. He grabs Sam by one arm. He opens the door and he flings him into the carriage. And he shuts the door. So Sam just flips inside the door.
Oh God!
You're still stinky.
And he has,
oh jeez.
The chili has dried in his beard, and it has there's still meat in it, and it smells kind of metally, smells kind of spicy, smells kind of like rotten meat, and beer, and puke.
Like, I take part of like my robes that I have underneath. They're kind of like stringy because they were caught on fire and like all that fun stuff. So I kind of stick them up my nose.
There's a way to fix this, but I'm so full of granola. I don't know. I can't think straight.
So just so you, Sam, and Kelp know, you now have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Damn.
Oh boy. Okay.
for all of today.
Are we gonna? I don't know if we're gonna make it to this place before turning into a vampire. I think we need to figure out a way to take care of this beforehand.
Here's
Can you jump on the railway? Will that make it faster?
Your Highness, are you talking to me, Sir Leo?
Yeah.
Well, if we were going to jump on the train, we could have done that at a passage, but we've already passed the town of Passage.
Damn it.
That's where
Well,
the train
like-
stop was?
My friends don't have much time
Fuck.
before they're vampires.
Well, I have to tell you, Your Highness, by the time we get back to Passage, and then we ride the train to Fairhaven, it would be the same time, if not a little later.
So what? We have 2 more days, and we've already gone a day.
We got about less than 2 days.
Less than 2 days, and we've already gone a day after being bitten, right?
Oh, yes, just about a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cutting it close, Monsieur.
Can you go a little faster?
Just so you know, through my experience serving in the Royal Guard at Fairhaven, we've dealt with those who have turned to vampires, and there's been successful cures, but there also has been deaths. Usually, I know, and Sir Raf goes, "Are you sure we should be telling them this?" He's like, "Well, they're the princess's friends. I don't know why." And he just, I don't know, man. They seem kind of suspicious. And Sir Leo goes, could you prove to us that you are of, Your Highness, could you prove to us that these two are of decent character?
They're my best friends.
Your best friends. Sir Dwarf, Sir Sam, do you solemnly swear that you are a good boy?
Yeah. I solemnly swear I'm a good boy.
Roll for persuasion.
Persuasion.
And this
Good boy.
is gonna
He's the
be
goodest boy.
this is gonna be his against his perception, which is gonna be a +2. So you had to be a 6.
Well, it is a 6.
Okay, then he's like,
Alright.
okay, you're a good boy, I believe you.
Thank you. I'm a very good boy.
Hey, thanks for the subscription. It's Cord. Appreciate it. Welcome to Journey Punks. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the subscription. We really appreciate that. Keep on keeping on with us. We love ya. As Madam Kelp, do you solemnly swear that you are... Sir Rav, take the whips for me, please. So he goes, yeah, I got it. Gives another tug at the horses. And he goes, do you solemnly swear, and he's looking back at you, that you are a good, do you prefer to be called lady, girl? What do you prefer?
You're talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
I prefer to not be talked to at all. Thank you very much.
I do need to know if you need help from us on our vampire knowledge. I do need to know that you are good, whatever you decide that you are.
This feels a little demeaning, so I'm just going to put that out there.
All right, then I
that
won't
you're
tell you
asking me.
the vampire.
However, I will tell you that I am a good person. Yes.
Okay, so he's going to roll per perception. He rolled a 2 + 2 is 4, so you have to be in a 4 or better with your persuasion bonus.
Oh, well, I rolled a 6.
I gotta be
so.
right back, my dog.
Sure, no problem. So you rolled a 6, right?
Yes.
And then that's with your persuasion mod?
That is not. I
mean,
so
that's enough.
7 altogether, yeah.
Yeah, that's enough. Okay, cool. So he believes you. He's like, I believe you're a good person. All right. Okay, so as Sir Leo, that's who I am. I actually have been around people who have turned to vampires, been healed, and those who have died. I do know that those who have died didn't die until after 6 days. But I know that each day, things got worse for them. After each day, they became weaker and weaker. So, I do know on the second day, they could hardly move. It was like half as much as they could move before. And I do know that they weren't able to attack or withstand anybody else coming at them to try to attack them. And it looked like after the 4th day that their health had just completely been half as good as it was before. And then on the 5th day, they couldn't even walk. They couldn't even move. Like, barely. They could eat. And that was about it. Someone could push them in a wheelchair. And maybe they could ride a horse, but, like, they were so weak. And I do know after the 6th day, they died. So now, I know that whenever someone gets bit by a vampire, they want to help them reverse it within 6 days.
So we have more time now.
So we have more time than we thought. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now keep in mind, we have a little less than 2 days to get to Fairhaven.
Okay.
I have a weird request.
What is it? So, Sam?
I would like to go back up on the roof and try to go back to sleep.
Back to sleep?
Up on the roof.
Sure. You can go back. You can go back up the roof.
Okay.
So, Raph, can you pull him out and put him on the roof again? Yeah. Okay. No problem. So, Raph opens up the door and he grabs Sam back of the shirt. He lifts him up with one hand and throws him on top of the roof again.
I'll just tie myself.
Meanwhile, cut to Hux. We are in a dark, dingy dungeon. It's a lot of like blue light. No one really who's in the dungeon really knows the source of the light. It is kind of dank. It's you can see a few guards around you, and they have like curved swords and they're sheathed at their sides. And Hux is just kind of hanging. There's no chains around him. There's nobody really claiming being aggressive towards him. So he is there right now. The dungeon is about like 400 feet by 600 feet. The dungeon room that he's in, and the ceiling is about 30 feet high. So, and there's windows, but the windows are blocked by bars. And again, there's blue light coming out of them and into the dungeon room. So, there is approximately 3 guards, and they're all standing at the 3 exits of the dungeon. And Hux, I'll leave it to you.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. I'd like to try to get the attention of one of the guards I'm going to just pick up little pebbles and throw them at his heel. I'm just going to throw pebbles at his shoe, at his feet.
By the way, what shape are you in right now?
I'm in the worst shape. I've been beaten and battered and mistreated by ruffians.
It happened so quick.
Well, I mean, that's good to know. But what do you look like right now?
I look like an island castaway.
Like Tom Hanks in Castaway?
Yeah, like I saw while I was being escorted politely away from our last location together as a group. Insert that here. We can fix it in post. I saw a homeless person, and I imitated that person once they put me in shackles and threw me in a dungeon.
Excellent.
Okay, good. You can hear me. Okay.
Yeah. No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I'm
just waiting for it.
Because I'm watching our feed on Twitch, but that froze up, so I don't have a visual anymore. I was like, wait.
No, you're good. You're good. So
Okay,
you throw
I'm
some
here. I'm
pebbles
with us.
at one of the guards, right?
Toss him right at his shoe. Yeah.
Okay. So, so you're trying to get his attention. So this isn't like an attack. What this is is more of a performance. So what I need you to roll is a performance check.
Okay.
And
Oh,
let's see, this would go with his perception. So +2.
so I got an 8 on the stupid digital dice. I hate the digital dice.
It's
For
7.
those who've watched before,
I don't trust digital dice. Yeah. So 7
I
plus
hate
2 is
'em.
9 for the guard. So you don't.
So if I rolled a 10,
What's that?
if I rolled a 10, I didn't do better. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, you did better. Sorry, I thought you rolled less than that. But if you rolled a 10,
No,
yeah, you're good.
I rolled an 8 plus my modifier of 2 for a total of 10.
So he feels the little patter at the bottom of his foot, and he looks around. He looks back at you. He goes, "What do you want, peasant?"
I waggle my finger at him like, "Come closer," like Yoda at the end of at the beginning of Return of the Jedi when he's about
And
to
he walks
pass
closer
away.
to you.
What?
And now he's about
And-
3 feet away from you.
All right, I do a little fake cough, and I summon him even closer.
So he gets closer and he goes, "Are you all right?"
I want to grab him.
Hmm?
I want to pull him towards the bars. And towards the bars of the
Oh, you're in an
dungeon
open
here?
space, by the way.
Oh man, he's just there with me?
Yeah, he's just in a big dungeon room with you. There's
I
literally
turn in-
nothing
I-
like capturing you in a cage or anything. No chains, nothing.
I change into the most beautiful form of Venus
In front of him.
and in front of him, and I say, "Your touch has set me free."
Okay, so this is
And I'm not naked, but I'm scantily clad.
got it. So you're seducing him?
Tastefully
Got
scantily
it.
clad.
Got
Like
it.
I know that this guy's probably kind of like, he's a little bit of a pig, but like
They exist in the world.
tasteful.
In this world
I
too.
want to stress that.
Yeah, we get you. We know you gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay.
You know? You gotta survive.
All right.
So
Gender is just a concept to a changeling.
got it. So you're seducing him. So this would still be a. It would still be a. This is persuasion since you're seducing him.
All right.
So.
Oh yeah, that's a hell of a mod. All right.
So he's doing okay. So +2, charisma. No, +1. Wait, perception. Yeah, +1. Okay, so +1.
And you said I'm doing a persuasion check
Wait,
against
he's doing
this.
perception. Yeah, you're doing persuasion. He's doing perception. Oh no, it's a +2 with his wisdom. So he got a 3. Total 3.
I got an 11 on persuasion.
So
11.
He gets real aroused, and he likes us a lot. He's almost drilling now, and at your form, and he's he's not sharp right now, so you have advantage on what you want to do.
I bet part of him's sharp right now. That's how that works, right? No, I hold a hand up very flirtily, and I say, "Not in front of your friends." And I point to the other. You said there were 2 other guards.
There's
for
2
a
other
total
ones,
of
yeah.
3, correct?
I know it's not showing the.
Okay,
Oh,
now
wait,
without
you
your
can't see it in the
friends.
overlay. So I'm just gonna turn on the battle cam so people can see, so you can see too. Even though we're not in
Yeah.
battle, this will still help though. So we turn off the logo, which is right there, and turn on the battle cam. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but you're right on the battle cam. You're right here, Hux.
Mm-hmm.
Where the eraser's pointing. I'm gonna point the tip. So the aroused guard is right here in front of you,
Yeah.
and the other guards on this way. And just so you know, the exits right here. Exit here.
Okay.
Exit here. And then,
All right.
so those little black marks, that's where the exits are to the dungeon.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So he was right here. Okay. And yeah, so that guard is in front of you. Right there. What do you do?
I say, I'm not a girl who likes to share. Get rid of your friends, and then we'll talk. Or not.
He goes, okay, yeah, sure. So, roll for persuasion.
Dance, puppets!
Roll for persuasion one more time. And you have
Okay.
advantage. You have advantage on this.
Okay.
Let's see his perception. Okay.
Okay, my first
it's a
roll-
9. It's a 9.
I'm sorry?
You have to beat a 9 or better.
Well, I just rolled a 15 for my first one. Should I even roll the second one,
Nope,
or are we
nope,
good?
you got it. So he goes,
All right.
yeah, okay. So he goes over and talks to the other two guards, and he goes, guys, come here. So he huddles them up. They come up together, and he goes, I need you to... So he whispers. You can't really hear what he's saying, though. He just keeps looking back at you and gets real excited. One of them tries to look back at you, but he's like, no, don't look. And so he like pulls him back. He goes, I need you. And they go, fine, whatever. So they end up leaving.
Okay.
And then the guard comes back up to you. And again, he looks like he wants a certain thing. What do you do?
Oh, I can't believe you just talked your way out of that. You're such a weakling. I wanted to drink the blood of our enemies. I thought you were going to kill them. This was totally unarousing.
And so he looks like he's really mad at himself. So continue with having an
You've
advantage.
dishonored your warrior's code, you unsexy bitch. That's what I say to him next.
So he looks real sad.
Mm-hmm. He should. He's yeah. He looks real sad to me too.
And he goes, come on. I mean, like, you know, we can hang out here and I can go show you how tough I am afterwards. We can go outside and I can do some chin-ups for you and some bench presses and
I'm
go
sorry, but
run a
that's
few
not
miles,
how
see how fast I
arousal.
am too.
That's not how arousal works with me.
What gets you? What turns you on?
I told you I want to watch the man or being that I'm with drink the blood of our enemies after a fresh kill. There were two perfectly good targets right there. Are you or are you not a warrior?
So do you want me to call them back?
Prefer. Let's rephrase the question. Let's rephrase the question. Are you thirsty or are you not, dog?
Oh, I'm real thirsty.
Then act like it.
So he hollers back. He goes, Chip, Dale, come back. So they come back.
Oh, joy, the rescue rangers return, is all I say.
And they go, what do you need, Kit? He goes.
And
then he
for
looks
no
back at
reason,
you
I
and he
think,
goes, kill them?
do it.
So he walks over to them. And he goes, guys, come here. He goes, walk this way. And he has them walk to the right. You're just like, here, just watch. Look. He's like, I need you to look at this. I need you to look at this super attractive lady right here. Just take a look at her. Just take a big look at her. Like, look how beautiful she is. Look at that. And he pulls a knife out. He pulls a knife out of his out of his belt, and he stabs both of them in the back. And then while one of them is grabbing his back, he slits his throat and he slits the other one's throat, and they're dead.
May I do a perception check to see what other weapons this fella has on him?
Yes. It's a moderate DC, 15.
Okay. Perception, I get a +3.
It's a normal roll,
excellent.
by the way.
18.
By the way,
21.
you have, just real quick, you have inspiration from the Lavishon fight. Everybody did.
Okay. Thank you.
So what was that roll?
21 was the roll. 18 plus my mod of 3.
Okay, so wait, so you had 18? Sorry.
No, 21.
Got it. Okay,
18
cool.
plus
Plenty.
3 as a mod.
So you can tell what he has. So he has a broadsword on him. He has 2 knives on him. He has a chainmail on, but no shields, and he also has a mace on the left, but it looks like he doesn't really use it for fighting though. On his left hand.
Okay.
So 2 knives, a broadsword in one hand, a mace on the left, and a chainmail on.
Okay. So I got to get this guy to take some of this shit off. Okay, so I embrace him.
Okay.
And I start to fuss with his chainmail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of like it's in the way, like huffing a little bit, like, And
the first sex
I
scene
stop,
of Journey Punks, ladies and gentlemen.
I stop.
Get ready.
I stop, I look at him, and I grow my beard back. No. I stop, I look at him, and I kind of shrug my shoulders, and I say, like, could you help me out here?
He goes, oh, yeah.
Very sultry.
So immediately he whips his clothes off immediately. He unhooks his armor.
Right, there
He's naked within 3 seconds. All of it gone.
Totally naked?
Weapons
Totally
are down.
naked.
Weapons are down. Armor's off. Clothes are off. He is naked.
Okay. So I lay him down in front of me. And I imagine at this point he's probably saluting. So I grab the dagger from his derobed armor.
Okay, for that I'm going to have you do a sleight of hand check.
Absolutely. And I'm going to cut off his Johnson.
So you're going to roll against his
Sleight of hand?
perception. And his perception, it's a 15. You got to beat a 15.
So
15 or more.
for the sleight of hand?
For the sleight of hand.
Okay, because I didn't know. Let me know when we're at the cutting off Johnson part.
Yeah,
okay.
So you're
sleight
trying
of
to grab
hand.
the dagger without him noticing right now. Jay, are you still there?
Okay.
Okay.
Jay
Still
has
so
returned
dark.
to the shadows. Oh my God! Whoa, the hand.
That's scary. Anyway.
Oh.
Okay, so you're trying to get
So
make sure you grab the dagger without him noticing.
So sleight of hand, and I have to beat the 15.
15 or better, sleight of hand.
All right. Okay. 20, unnatural.
So he doesn't see shit when you grab the dagger. Now you're trying to cut off his dick.
I'm gonna slice it right off.
Okay. You do know, I mean, you've seen Game of Thrones, right? A man can live without his dick, right?
Oh, I know he can live without his dick. It's just step one. Don't worry. He's gonna be. He also, the psychological effect and the shock that he would be in at it first happening is worth it.
Gotcha. So okay,
Let's cut off some Johnson.
So for that, you're gonna have to
Johnson
write a
and
sleight of
Johnson,
hand
apparently.
one more time.
Okay, one more sleight of hand.
And this is against his perception, which is, see, a 7 plus 2, so it's a 9.
22.
You succeed. Describe it.
Well, I think so. As he lays down, I lean over him, and very, very slowly, I put a hand on his armor. I get the knife in my palm, and I push him down so that he's laying flat on his back. And I stand and make as though I'm going to mount him, and instead, I step to the side, I pull the dagger with me, and I slice right across him. And I'd love to bring it up above my head and jab down at what's left.
Okay, so
We're gonna take the cack and balls with us.
so you slice off his dick.
Yeah.
He has
And then you're
no
gonna
dick.
stab at his testes
This
next.
man has no dick.
Stabbing down at the testes now.
So, in order to, because
Remember,
right now
sex
he's
kills.
right now he's like,
Sex kills.
"Ah!" Like he's just like, oh my
Yep.
god! He's
Oh.
just like super in shock right now.
I stop, I look at him, and I say, I know, right?
So, for that, you're rolling to stab him now.
Actually, instead of in the balls, like, I'm just going to go for the throat now.
Okay, so for that, so he's not really in attack mode yet, so I'm not going to have you roll a normal attack.
Man, cack and balls.
What I need you to
Sorry.
roll for this, it's not a traditional attack. It's going to be another, like, quick sleight of hand since it's so up close and intimate. So you're literally, it's a dexterity because it's not about strength. It's like literally aiming for the throat. So it's going to be another sleight of hand. It's going to be with advantage because he's screaming in shock.
Okay.
And it's going to be against his... It's not perception. It would be against his... Be a dex save for him. So it's a dex save for him. So his is a +1. Yeah. Okay. 1 second. 8 + 1, 9. You gotta be a 9 or better.
19.
So you slice his throat, and
I'm liking the digital dice today.
you get the arteries, and it sprays blood all over you. There's blood on your crotch from his no more dick crotch, and his neck blood is spraying all over your face. So you have blood. This guy's blood all over your face and all over your crotch.
I transform into Hux, and I drink the blood of my enemy.
Great. What do you do now?
Walk off into the sunset.
Also, you do notice from your passive perception that there's keys on the second on the second guard.
I
like a ring
take
of
those keys.
Do you grab them?
I take the ring of keys.
Okay.
I take the whole ring.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Cool. You grab the keys and you leave.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. You leave. All right.
Right off into the sunset.
You're still in the palace, by the way.
Oh.
But you're out of the dungeon.
Is there a sunset?
No, not right now. It's during the day. So
should I roll for perception to find the nearest sunset to walk off into?
No.
No, I'm teasing.
So
I'll stop now.
You're out of the dungeon, but you're at you're one of the lower levels of the palace. So you're
Bless your heart. Don't validate that with a response.
So right now you so
you.
remember you're a changeling. Remember you're a changeling as you're trying to escape. So cut now back to the carriage. So now we're back at the carriage. We are with Seraph, Sir Leo, Kelp, Zuki, and Sam.
Sam.
So you all are riding. Just to give you a heads up where you are right now on the map. Bringing up the Aundair map right now for everybody to see. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here on the overlay on the stream. So right now, it's getting towards the end of the day. And Sir Leo says, Your Highness, we'll be arriving in Lathlia in about an hour. So, just so you know, would you like us to stop there? Or would you like us to keep going all the way to Fairhaven?
Just go ahead, keep going.
Keep going? All right. So, Raph, I'm going to need you to take a shift. I might need a little snooze because I've been driving the whole way. And Sir Raph goes, oh, yeah, man, no problem.
My sons need it.
So, Sir Raph and Sir Leo switch driving. So, they switch seats, and which is unnecessary because they could just literally, like, give each other the whips, but they switch seats anyway. Leo slides above Raph. And so you end up, and the hour goes by, and you end up passing Lathlir. It looks like a really nice town to visit, very cute, very in our world to be almost kind of like German-esque, almost kind of like Ren Fair looking. A lot of cool like triangle flags and this like very interesting looking cozy architecture on these like cream colored and brown looking buildings, and has like almost kind of like a fort wall around it, so it's like cute but sturdy. And yeah, you pass it and it becomes now nightfall, so I'll leave it to you now.
How are you feeling?
Warm and cranky. Sam!
I also feel warm and cranky.
And Kelp just like hits the ceiling for no
Ow,
reason.
stop it. You're very strong, and that vibrates the whole thing, and I just feel it all on my back.
I just know that once we get to this place, we can talk to these people and we'll feel better. How are you feeling? Are you nervous, Zuki?
I mean, I don't believe that I'm a princess.
You think this is all a mistake?
Oh. I mean, I don't know what my past was.
Now's
I was-
not the time for imposter syndrome, Zuki.
I mean,
be married to
you
someone.
You could pretend to at least be a princess for a little bit.
Oh,
And
I'm
then...
going to. I'm gonna take advantage of this shit.
Good. Because I, for one, would love to sleep in a real bed and eat some real food.
I just gotta stop it before I get married.
We will. Don't worry. We're not going to let you get married.
I just want a big basket of chicken nuggets.
I know you do, Sam.
I will get you some. 'Cause I'm a princess.
Thank you, princess. I'm forever at your beck and
Can you call me
call.
Overlord instead? It sounds cooler. I'm gonna ask hey guards. I knock on the
And it's just
window
Raph
door
because
thing.
Sir Leo's asleep
Yeah.
now. He goes, hey, yeah, what's up, princess?
I no longer want to be called princess. You have to call me Overlord.
Overlord?
Yes.
Like, more powerful than the queen?
It just sounds fun. It's a play. It's a joke.
Oh,
Like, I
okay.
just wanna
Okay.
joke with
I got
you.
it. Overlord. Got it. Okay. Overlord. Overlord. Yeah. Overlord Leandra or just Overlord?
Just Overlord.
Overlord. Got it, Overlord.
Or
Zuki,
God.
I'm going to choose to ignore this for the time being, but a big red flag just popped up. In the distance, I just saw a red flag. Sure, it means nothing, but I'm just going to just ignore it for the time being.
Like a literal red flag or someone that's gaslighting you?
No, a literal one. I saw it in the distance.
You and
Okay.
Kelp both noticed, though, how, like, good Zuki smells. Like, she smells good. And you're attracted to it. Like,
Oh,
in a
Kelp-
in a hungry way.
right. Kelp is like fidgeting around. She's like trying to lean against the window.
Hey, I gotta be right back.
Yeah, sure. Okay, everybody, let's take a quick BRB break. So switching over to the BRB
BRB.
sign, and now be right back.
Darkness.
Hey, everybody, we're back. Thanks for waiting. All right, so now that we're back, we are still in the carriage, and Seraph is driving the carriage right now, and Zuki, Kelp are in the carriage, and Sam's still on top. So, and
Whoops.
Stinky.
and you've already passed by Lathlear, so you have about a day, maybe less, to get to Fairhaven. And now you notice that the sun is starting to rise, and again, it's starting to get extra sweaty for Kelp and Sam. And you have noticed that Zuki smells and looks delicious, and you don't know why you're feeling that way. And it's not in a, like I said, it's not in like a sexy arousal way. It's like no offense, Zuki. It's in a like a
Delicious.
I'm really thirsty way. and she looks great.
I
And
don't
also
see
you're
them.
questioning, like, why am I feeling like this? This is strange.
Why am I feeling like this?
They all have a crush on me.
So that's what's going on now. And also, yeah, Kelp, Sam, really super sweaty right now. Now that the sun has rose.
I think I'm gonna move to the roof with Sam.
Move to the roof.
Yeah. So like, Kelp like quickly like crawls out of the window. Like she doesn't even wait. Like she just like scurries up to the roof.
Cool.
I stretch my legs out.
Yeah.
Suki's spreading her legs out. Kelp and Sam are on top of the roof of the carriage.
So
Meanwhile,
like, is there enough room for me to sit on the other side of the carriage, or am I sitting on top of Sam?
you guys are really cozy. You guys are basically
Okay.
spooning at this point because
Okay.
it's not a ton of room.
So okay.
Hey Kelp, are you as hot as I am?
Yes, I'm burning up.
I have a terrible idea.
What?
I use chill touch and I just put it on both my head and your head.
You know what?
Yeah.
I know it's a terrible idea, but I'm still gonna say yes.
Okay.
I want to. Yes.
So
Absolutely.
explain the effects of that spell, Jay.
Okay, this is a cantrip.
Cool.
But create a ghostly skeletal hand in space. Make a ranged attack. Okay, this is different than what I thought it was. This is for undead. Never mind.
Use Mage Hand and just like ban you guys.
Oh wait, frostbite. You cause a numbing frost to form on one creature that you can see within range.
Okay.
But that would hurt her. That would hurt
So you
her.
want to give yourselves. Keep in mind too that when you're really warm right now, but you're not like burning. You know, it's just like really hot summer day.
Just
I
like,
like-
Even though it's like in the 50s.
okay.
I do like the idea of Mage Hand. I'm just gonna cast Mage Hand. It's a cantrip, and it's just gonna like do this to both of us.
Yeah, it's just gonna fan us. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So right now your sweat is kind of like getting on each other now because you're dripping
Okay.
on each other. So you're
All
just like a sweat stew.
Sam, all we have to do is wait until we get to this place, and then we're gonna find this person, and then we're gonna get the hell out of there as soon as we can.
So now it's a new day, just so you know. You still have disadvantage on ability checks,
Right.
but also now your speed is halved.
Okay.
But okay. I can make it, I guess. I'm gonna have to.
I'm just
We don't-
relaxing.
Just relax, Sam. We got this. Don't worry.
And Sir Raph and Sir Leo just woke up too, and he goes, "Oh, Princess, did you say something?"
No, I'm just chilling.
And Sir Raph goes, "She likes to be called Overlord, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, call her Overlord, dude." And he's like,
Like-
"Oh, sorry.
There's that
Overlord?"
red flag again. I see a red flag in the distance again.
Sir Leo goes, Where's the red flag? Is it Fairhaven?" And Sir Raph goes, "No, we're not gonna get there till the end of the day today." Yeah. Hey, do you have any more granola? He's like, "Oh yeah, I have tons more granola." So he,
Kelp is like over the carriage, like above the two men, and she's just like watching them with like these big ass eyes.
also,
But, like-
they look delicious too, and they
Yeah.
smell good.
I'm like,
They look good, and to you too, Sam.
we're just staring at. I'm just staring at them, and my mouth is watering. I'm like, they can hear me like smacking a little bit.
Oh, that looks like a vampiric symptom. Oh, I forgot to tell you that at the end of the 6 days, you do die, but you die as a human and you become a vampire.
Oh, and you're reborn.
You are reborn as a vampire, and I should tell you that the vampires, I mean, if you become a vampire, we'll kill you immediately after the 6
Understood.
days. But
Understood.
I do recall that a vampire needs to feed. I don't know how long, but there's a certain amount of time that they need to feed on another human, or another mammal. I'm not sure what it is. And maybe it's just a mammal. mammal, human. I do know they need at least human blood at some point. And Raph goes, just spit it out. He goes, okay, they need to at least feed on a human at some point. Otherwise, the vampire starves to death. Like dead. Not turned into something else, but like dead. Not undead, but dead. Dead.
This is like a busy road, right? Isn't there like we're passing other people and like carriages and stuff?
Yes,
Maybe?
you are.
Okay.
Every once in a while, but yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
We have to eat, Sam.
It's like a
We
2-lane
have to.
highway.
Did you hear them? We're gonna die.
Oh no.
So you're on day 2. You have 4 more days until you turn into a vampire. Like full on turn into a vampire. You're like you're like Michael in the Lost Boys right now. You're like half vampire.
But wait, we have to feed on human blood after we turn into a vampire, or we have to do it before?
You have to feed on it after you turn.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Otherwise, you die. You feel the hunger for it now, though.
Okay, gotcha.
And also, Sam, you're starting to float. Your legs are starting to float upward. And there's a lot of sweat dripping off of you, too, because you're so hot.
This is curious.
Do you grab onto something?
The wagon, yeah.
Sam is tied, right? Like you're tied
He
down.
wasn't tied. He's not tied anymore. Raph.
He's not
Raph
tied
cut him
anymore.
off.
Okay, so Kelp, Kelp like.
There's still rope
scrambles-
there. There's still cut up rope there.
Kelp grabs some rope and brings him down. He's like, "Oh no, you don't! Get your ass back here! I'm not going through this alone. Don't you float away from me!"
Now you start to float up, Kelp.
Oh, it's like Kelp like ties it around her wrist and ties it to the carriage top, but then she like kind of floats behind the carriage like a balloon.
So now both of you are kind of like kites
Don't
in the
you
air.
do it. No.
Yuki's just in the
Yes,
going,
Zuki.
I wonder what's happening up there.
So Sir Leo goes, "Oh, I remember. This is also another meanwhile, you guys are like possibly gonna fly into outer space. Who knows how far you're gonna fly?" And he goes, "Oh yes, I do believe." And he's looking back as you're just like like flying tied to rope, just
We're like bouncing off of each other, like
hitting each other, spinning, sweaty. And he goes, "Yes, I think." And meanwhile, Raph's he's whipping the horses and keeping them going. And he goes, "I think, I recall, since they were in the carriage and they had not been invited in, then they float away because they intruded because they weren't originally invited. Now that this new vampiric trait is now in them." So Raph goes, "All right, I'll just like, hey, you're invited to the carriage." He's like, and Leo goes, "No, it's not your carriage. It's the princess's." And Raph goes, "The Overlord, you mean?" He's like, "Yes, the Overlord. Overlord needs to invite them in the carriage. Otherwise, they'll just float away. They'll float away into oblivion. So, did you hear that, Overlord? Did you hear that?
Yes.
Your friends are floating away because they're turning.
I stick my head out the window, and I go, "Hey, Kelp. Hey, Sam. You're invited."
So immediately, you guys fall straight to the ground.
Now we're just being drugged behind the carriage.
You're like Marty McFly in Back to Future Part 3. You're just like being drugged in like the dirt road. So Raph slows down.
Yeah.
Okay.
He slows down. He stops. He's like, "Whoa!" And he stops the horses.
Okay.
So you guys are really sweaty and dirty, being on the
Skip
ground.
my knee.
Kelp just kicks him in the leg. Like,
Right where you with the skin.
And
Kelp,
as you walk, you're way slower. Remember, you're way slower than before.
Okay.
So you can literally only walk. You can't run now.
Walk to the back up to the carriage, and I crawl back on top. And Kelp's like huffing, and get up here, Sam.
Scared. All right.
She like grabs him by the back of the shirt and like lifts him up, throws him down on the top of the carriage.
Okay.
Okay, we can keep going.
Okay, cool.
Ow.
So
Ow.
he's like, should I? This is Sir Raph. He's like, should I make the horses go really fast? Because I think, Overlord, I think your friends are gonna turn into vampires before too long.
Go super fast.
Super fast. Hey, vampires or
Giddy
soon
up.
to be vampires on top. Are you strapped down? Are you ready to go like really fast?
Yes, I've tied my whole body to the top of the carriage. Kelp's like tied her legs and her arms to the carriage.
Okay.
I'm a dwarf.
Okay.
Good. Well, here we go. And he goes, "Hiya!" And it goes really fast, and it goes way faster than it was before. So if you keep at this pace, and meanwhile, Leo goes, here's more granola for everybody. So he passes out granola on top of the carriage, a big bag of granola for all of you, big bag of granola for the Overlord, Raph, Leo. He also feeds. He readies 2 apples ready for the horses, but he doesn't feed them just yet. So there is going to have to be one stop, but just for the horses to take a break. But if you keep going at this speed, you will reach Fairhaven before nightfall. You will be there around 6 p.m. that day. So
Okay, just in time for breakfast for dinner.
Also, Leo says, "Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you that at night, the earlier nights don't count, but I do know that the mid to late nights before the full transformation happens, all the weaknesses that you had during night are not there at all. Like, you don't experience it during night. It's only when the sun is out. But, well, this is not really but. It's more of like also, this is cool.
Oh.
You are better at everything that you would be than before. In game terms, during the night, you don't experience the downfalls of the disadvantage on ability checks. Speed is halved. On day 3, disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. During the night, none of that's in effect, and you have advantage on everything.
You sure do know a lot about vampires.
Yeah, that's suspicious.
We can get into that later. Anyway.
Well, you're helping
eat your
us out
granola.
a great
Eat
deal.
your granola.
Hum.
So cut
Kelp
back.
is picking out all the oats and eating them like really slowly.
Hum.
Nice. Very nice. So you are on a fast pace to Fairhaven. You're going to be there by 7 p.m. that night. So cut back to the lower levels of the palace. We are back where Hux is at his escape. He's trying to escape. Hux, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You make your way out of the lower level dungeon. You are still like in a lower level area, but you are now in this it's almost like a prison facility, but it's not the prison itself. It's just more of like the administrative offices and like a lot of like where the guards work. It's a really long hallway ahead of you, and you do notice that there are cells on the right and the left side of you, and there's a lot of like different kinds of people, humans, tieflings, elves, half orcs, just all different kinds of people, dwarves, halflings, gnomes, all in different cells around you. They all look pretty beat and pretty tired, and they're not really noticing you. What form are you currently in? Hux, are you there?
Yes. Sorry, muted.
That's okay.
I'm in. I took the form of the guard whose Johnson I chopped off,
Okay, so you look like a
so
guard.
that I could just move. Yeah, I look like that
Perfect.
guard specifically.
Great. So you are unnoticed then, because you're a normal sight. So you keep looking. What do? Do you keep going down the hallway?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just acting like I own the place,
All right.
because I do now.
There is a set of there's a stairwell ahead of you. The very end of the hallway. Do you go into it?
Yes.
Okay. So you go into the stairwell. You look up through the stairwell, and you can see approximately that it goes up at least 10 floors. And there is a door, basically after every flight of stairs, there's another door. Do you go up all the way? What do you do? The doors are identical, by the way.
I go up one flight.
Just one flight? Okay. Do you go into that door?
Yep.
Okay. So you go into that door, okay? And what you see is basically like dingy looking like apartments, like an apartment hallway, almost kind of like your dorm building looked like in college, like Kreischer. Basically it looks like old 70s in our world, like 1970s dorm room buildings, and you walk by and you notice that it's where the guards live. That's where their rooms are that they stay at. Again, they all have like bunk beds in them, and there's different little trinkets and weapons and, you know, different clothes around. And you do notice that there's a tall human guard that walks out with a towel around his waist. He's wet and naked underneath his towel, and he walks out what you can only assume is either a steam room or a bathroom or a shower room, and he walks into another dorm room. So, and there's a hallway towards your front, there's a hallway towards your left, a long hallway. What do you do?
I take the hallway on the left.
Okay, so you go down there, and what you see is two guards in one of the rooms, and they're each painting. They're painting on the floor. They're laying on their stomachs, and they both look like they're in very cozy attire, but they have their guards, their royal guards banner around their chest, and they're just kind of like drawing together on like parchments on the floor. Do you keep walking?
I passed this
Cool.
strangeness.
Do you find another door at the end of the hallway? It's another doorway to a stairwell. Do you go in it?
Yes.
Okay, do you go into it? Do you go up or down?
Up.
Okay, you go up. Again, it's only about 10 flights all the way up. Do you go all the way up, or do you take the next flight of stairs? The next flight
I'd
with
like
the door.
to go up. I'd like to go up to the 6th flight.
The 6th flight? Okay.
And then take the door. Yeah.
Do you go into the 6th flight?
So I guess that would be 4 flights from where I'm at currently.
Correct. You go inside,
Yeah.
and you find that you are amongst a food hall. There's lots of tables and chairs around. It's a big room, and there is different cooks putting out food that have like a bunch of scoopers. There's pastas, there's vegetables, there's meats, there's fruits, there is granola, there is pancakes and waffles and tankards of beer, and it's seemingly there for the taking.
I take.
Okay. Also, there is about 6 guards, 2 per table, that are sitting down amongst the many tables and chairs that are around, and they're all sitting down and eating. What do you fill your plate with?
I get a little bit of everything, and then I go sit with the other guards to just kind of listen.
Okay. At the table, or just a table near them?
No, at that table.
Okay. So they sit down, and you sit down with your tray of food, and you hear them just munching. They're both like chomping on turkey legs, just like being pretty gross about it, but chomping on down. And one of them says, "Here, the princess is coming here real soon." And the other guy goes, "Really? I thought she was dead." And he goes, "No, man, they were. The queen gave her up. She was actually raised by some people on the south continent." Wait, you mean Zendrick? No, I mean like Southern Corvair, so like Kabar or something. I don't know, somewhere around there. And the other guard goes, "Oh, I think you talking about Dargoon? Somewhere around there. I think Dargoon. Yeah, but anyway, the queen gave her up. But now that she knows that she can actually combine Aundair and Thrain with their prince. She all of a sudden wants her daughter back, and she didn't give a shit about before. And he goes, don't talk about the queen that way here. He's like, we can get in a lot of trouble. He's like, look, man, I'm just doing this because this is my job. As soon as I save enough money, man, I am out of here. I am traveling the world. I'm going to get on a pirate ship. I'm going to go out to the Lazar Principalities. I'm going to join a crew. And I'm saying, fuck Corvair. I'm gone. I don't give a shit about the queen. He goes, well, don't get me in trouble. It's like, please stop talking like that around me. Please. Okay? I think it's kind of cool that the princess is coming here. I've never seen her before. He's like, yeah, she's pretty cool. Heard she turned into a monk. A monk? Really? Yeah. Yeah, she's like a fighter. Right? Wait, a fighter or a monk? I mean a monk. You know, they fight. He's like, all right. And it was like, what is a fighter? Is it? I don't know. Anyway. How about you? Hey. You started about 2 months ago, didn't you? Wait.
Yeah, about
Scott.
that.
Wait, what? Wait a minute, you look different. You smell strange.
Well, that's
too.
probably true. I got a haircut.
Is that Scotch? It's like, no, man, his name is Scotch. Like, no, I mean, he smells like perfume. But you're saying he smells like Scotch. No, I'm saying, no, this is Scotch. His name is Scotch. He started about 2 months ago. He's one of the new guards. He goes, oh, all right. Nice to meet you, Scotch. I'm Frank. This is Jim. Welcome to the crew.
Well, I appreciate you, Frank. It's not often that you find people who are willing to be frank so upfront.
Anyway, I hope you know my plan. If you want to join me, we could probably use some more. I'm probably trying to get a crew together for a pirate ship. If you're interested, we're gonna go out east. We're gonna sail the seas. It's gonna be great. Just as soon as I get enough money to buy a ship.
Here.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I said thank you. I appreciate the thought, but I'm good here.
Okay. Anyway, our break time's almost over. We better get back. All right, cool. All right, nice to meet you, Scotch. Take care. Let me know if you want to join my my private crew, okay? And don't tell anybody about my plan. If I get told on, I could lose my job. Then I won't have enough money for our pirate ship. Got it?
You got it.
Tell anybody, I'll kill you. Hey? Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Where am I? Oh. Yeah. Join my pirate crew. Later. He pats you on the back and he ends up leaving. He leaves his food all over. Him and his bud just leave their trays of food there. So Frank and Jim.
Got your tolls.
What do you do now, Hux?
I eat my food.
Cool. So you eat your food for today. So you're good on food. By the way, from the previous experience that the sex scene that you had in the show, I award
with
you
proper scotch.
Yes, I award you 100 XP for that. So you can add that to your character sheet.
I should get kinky more often.
Award you 100 XP. So that was a half combat, half social talent challenge. So half sexy, all sexy. Social combat, all sexy. So
I appreciate that.
100 XP.
Half sexy, no, all sexy.
Half, no, all. Okay, cool. Cut back to Kelp and Kelp, Sam, and Zuki. You've already stopped for a little bit to go to the bathroom in your own little areas. The horses have eaten and replenished themselves, got a rest. Now you are approximately about 15 minutes away from Fairhaven.
Thank you, 15.
And let me know. You proceed. You can discuss or talk,
Hey,
or
Kelp.
let me know if you want to do something.
Hey, Kelp, how you doing?
I'm riding a real struggle bus here. kiddo.
Struggle bus.
I'm
Front
hot.
seat.
I want to eat these 2 dudes. That's a brand new thing.
I want to eat
So
these. Yeah. We probably should have stopped and like try to find a rabbit. Like, I guess I can like get down on a. I mean, I could eat a rabbit. It probably would have been okay. But
So-
like,
Leo goes, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, when I said humans, I meant humanoids. Like, you can be very satisfied with tiefling blood, with gnome blood, with dwarf blood, with orc blood, with...
what about a kangaroo?
it would be like eating a protein bar. You know, it would give you sustenance, but it just wouldn't be satisfying. Wouldn't be enough, like a meal.
I told you we should have stopped and just eaten a stranger. Who cares?
The
By the way,
stranger's family.
after you eat, even if it's before the first six days, if you eat a humanoid before that, you're a vampire. It's not coming back.
Hang on.
You know,
what?
It'll restore you, and actually you get powers and become immortal.
Leo, you just know so much about vampires, and I'm very grateful, but also incredibly suspicious.
There's a lot of rules.
A lot of rules.
Raph goes, yeah, it's a lot of rules. And Leo goes, just trying to help. Sorry, I just know a lot. I know things. And Raph goes, yeah, a little too many things.
Hey, I got a question for the guy with a lot of rules.
Yes.
Do you get like new names when you're vampires?
I heard of
Name
this
us.
legend of Strahd. I think he had another name. And he changed his name to Strahd. Yeah.
Okay,
You ever heard of the legend of the Curse of Strahd?
tell us.
Well,
We have
supposedly, I don't know too much about it, but I do know that he ended up killing his own brother because the love that he wanted to be with loved his brother, not him. And he ended up killing his own brother, and in his love killed herself. And he took upon all of the darkness, all powers of the darkness, and he was the most powerful vampire ever. And he rules in this mystical in-between realm called Barovia. And it appears anywhere that could be just seething with evil intentions. And it could lock you up in this bubble dimension called Barovia, where the people of Barovia and the region Barovia are also locked there forever, for all eternity. But in Castle Ravenloft, in Barovia, which is the Strahd, he is the Lord, the Overlord, well, not really like her. She's fun and cool, but he's evil. So he's the most powerful vampire ever, and people say that all vampirism came from him originally. Anyway, I do know that you all want to eat us right now, and you're just gonna have to fight it. You're just gonna have to fight it, because if you eat us, then poof, you're a vampire forever, and you get superpowers. You become immortal. If you are out during sunlight, you burn to a crisp and you die. You cannot be out during at all at night. You would always have to be invited in, and you get killed by Silver. Someone tries to cut your arm, you will not die. You need to have a wooden stake put through in your heart to die. And for some reason, they freak out when they see crosses and smell garlic. I don't know why. Crosses?
So like if I went like this.
Well, usually it's a cross that the Church of the Silver Flame actually use. They don't use crosses as their main symbol, but they're the ones that figured out that crosses actually make vampires they don't die, they just freak out. They just start screaming and just get all scared over even if it's just 2 sticks put together.
I wonder why a cross. Like,
I don't know
what's
why.
the significance
But the
there?
Church of the Silver Flame are the ones that figured that out. But anyway, so if if you eat us, you become super strong, but also super vulnerable, and there's no turning back, and you have to keep eating humanoids. So, oh, by the way, we're coming up on Fairhaven, so
I was about to say that conversation felt like 15 minutes. We should almost be there.
I was about to.
Well, excuse me. I'm so sorry for helping you. And Ralph goes, yeah, I was getting a little bored by that, but yeah, thanks. Anyway, you did ask about Strahd, so you know this guy is a chatterbox. So anyway, hey, look up ahead. There's Fairhaven. So up ahead, I'm gonna put it on the overlay here on the Twitch stream. You can see. Hold, please. Hold. There it is. Fairhaven.
My mic to drink it.
Can you all see that? It's this, but the sun's a little lower. You're gonna come up on that bridge right there, right in the middle. But this is Fairhaven. The palace that Hux, yeah, no, you do know this from the parchment. The Hux is currently in, that tallest tower there, that's the palace. That's the middle of Fairhaven. So, and that also is where the queen resides as well. So, do you proceed to the gates?
Yeah.
Cool.
Do proceed.
Excellent. So you start going forward, and you come to the bridge. Leo and Raph wave the guards, and they know who they are, and they let them by. So you start going forward. You go across the bridge, go down the path, up to the gate. Again, they wave at the guards that are high up in the towers at the gate, and
Sam.
they open up the gate, and they let you in, and you then start to glance and see the beautiful architecture that is inside of the fortress guarding the capital of Aundair, which is Fairhaven. And with that, we will stop for tonight.
Architecture, the one art that pays.
No.
We go ahead. There we go. Cool. All right. That is it. Next week, we'll see what happens. We'll see if you guys actually get to meet the Queen's Cleric to try to cure your vampire. You're transforming into a vampire. And it's almost nighttime. So yeah, when it becomes nighttime, you'll not suffer any of the consequences for the time being, and you'll get advantage on everything. Every single roll advantage. So, and maybe Zuki will be forced to get married with someone. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. And let's see if Hux will be able to get out of the lower levels of the palace and be able to meet you all. And you'll figure out why the fuck did he end up at the palace way before all of you did. So those mysteries will possibly all be solved in the next session of Journey Punks. So thank you all for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to us. Give a little comment. Tell us what's your favorite kind of spaghetti. Do you like butter in your spaghetti? Do you like tomato soup? Tomato sauce or tomato soup in your spaghetti?
Tomato soup.
Jelly beans.
Do you like
potatoes? Sriracha
on your spaghetti? Let us know. We'd like to know. Bless you, Jay.
All
and
right.
with that, we're gonna go ahead and do little plugs. So I'll start us off. So for me, Gierhart, I'm on a podcast which is called Screen Slurps. We review movies every week, new episodes every Monday. We review old movies, new movies, bad movies, whatever. And we just kind of talk about it and give our thoughts on it and geek out over it. But you can check that out at Screen Slurps. It's 2 words, Screen Slurps. Adam Mizner, he edits every episode. He's a great audio engineer. So hire that guy. He's a great guy. And you can check that out on most podcast platforms. Also, I stream starting my solo streams back again off the side of Journey Punks. So you could follow me at Gierhart. Currently I've been playing through Undertale. So that's a lot of fun. I like to do a lot of different voices for the characters. It's almost like a voice acting practice. So that's fun. So come check me out there. And I'm going to slide the mic over metaphorically to Kuhnoodle. Kuhnoodle, what you got to plug?
Hello.
I stream at twitch.tv/Kuhnoodle. I have an Instagram, Kuhnoodle art, and then Twitter, also Kuhnoodle. I also do commission work.
Yay.
Okay, next one.
Next, sliding over to Winged.
I don't really have any plugs right now. We just moved, so this is gonna be the only thing that I've been doing. Yeah, I mean, go visit everyone else's stuff right now, and then when things come to light, I will let everyone here on the channel know about it.
Excellent. Sliding over to Jay.
Every other Monday I do a D&D show called Journey Punks.
Yay!
Find us on Twitch. I have a few other things that are just like germs of ideas at the moment. Will be, live theaters coming back to Minneapolis at some point. If it's not lit on fire at some point, which always keep that. It might. And it may not be a bad thing if it does, actually. So, anyway, that's still planned for October. So the Horror Fest.
Cute.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And sliding over to Jurassic Jaws.
Slide right into those DMs. I am also a streamer, Jurassic_Jaws, twitch.tv/Jurassic_Jaws, and all of my other creative endeavors are linked there. So check me out on Twitch, and go on to check out the other things, or don't. It's really up to you to choose your own adventure.
Ooh, isn't that what life all is? Well, hopefully you get the choice of your own adventure. Maybe it's the illusion of choice. I don't know. Go watch The Matrix. It's a classic. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and plug Green Fox Woodworking one more time. This is our logo, by the way. That's the battle cam. Bringing that away.
Oops.
And Green Fox Woodworking makes our quick flash of that. Dice trays. Woo! And they also make awesome dice chests and other awesome things that you can use for your TTRPG games. Again, these are new products. This is something they sent to me. I already dumped the dice. I've been using them, but the dice go in here and magnetically steel tight like that, which is awesome. You get your engraving on that. So check them out. You can also get 15% off of dice trays on the using the promo code JourneyPunks. It's JOURNEYPUNKS. That's right, 15% off on dice trays. So check them out. They're a great company, great people. Love working with them. They're our partners. And yeah, so I'm going to put that away here. And I'm just going to go ahead and get ready to close out the stream. So we're going to go to the ending screen. And we hope you all join us next time. Next week we'll be doing J Punk Junk again. Hopefully me and Jay won't be running. If me and Jay do it next week, it won't be us fiddling around with Mario Kart. But hey, that quiz was fun at the end that we did.
That was.
But yeah, we'll figure out something for next week. And then 2 weeks from now we'll be doing the episode 9 of Journey Punks. So, and check us out on YouTube as well. What were we gonna say, Jay?
I figured out my setup, so this computer won't die again.
Okay.
So
don't worry, man. It was a pleasant shit show for both of us, so don't worry. don't feel bad at all. It was fun.
Right.
So closing out, thanks everybody. Have a great night, and moving over to the ending screen now.
Be good.
They can hear us all. What's everybody's favorite amusement park?
Island
Kennywood
Adventure.
in what, southwestern PA?
Universal,
Universal.
probably.
What were the other two?
Kennywood in southwestern PA. I grew up going there. It's like the thing. It's the amusement park in the western PA region. It's kind of like it was family owned for a really long time. It's kind of like Cedar Point, but without so many
Cedar
like
Point.
balls to the wall coasters.
I love Cedar Point.
Yeah, Cedar Point's fun.
It's like this. It's like the one thing in Ohio that I'm like proud of. Like, yeah, Cedar Point.
I went there a couple of years ago.
Lots of racist people, but we got Cedar Point. Yeah.
And then we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, that's a cool thing in Cleveland too. I forgot.